There it is. There it is.
Are you in a title race?
I don't know what that is.
I'm just trying to win every game and try to focus on the next one. I don't look at the table. I don't even know what is title race, to be honest.
So, here on the show, we discuss how these fixtures should have gone. And I think most of us either predicted winning run, or dropping maybe 2 draws. We're under that. I don't have to wait till December. I can tell you right now, Chelsea are not in a title race. I've said this before. I said this over and over again, and I'll keep saying it. I feel like this is what annoys me about this result, is that I feel vindicated, and I hate that I do, because it's at the cost of my club. So listen, at the end of the day, top 4 race is still on. We're definitely getting Champions League. I don't doubt it. And I don't doubt that these kids will pick up their head. But the amount of people calling me and saying that, being afraid to say it, that I have no chest, all this and that. Again, I've seen previous performances, just like everyone on the panel who was backstage. Big up to the panel. All of us Chelsea fans have seen the performances this season. We know our deficiencies. We're not going to be swayed by rivals into believing we're in a title race when we're not in a title race. We know what December is like. There's always that bump in the road, and depending on how hard that bump will tell us where our car is going to end up. And we already had hiccups prior to this bump in the road that indicated to me that we are not ready to be in a title race. This is not a title race, ladies and gents. Don't let anyone leave you or tell you that, oh, it's a title race because of mathematics and calculus and all the arithmetic. No, because in that case, Nottingham Forest, they're in a title race too, but you don't believe that, and I know you don't believe that. This is just Liverpool's league to lose. That's it. It's as simple as that. I just finished watching that game. They had 10 men and were losing to Fulham, and were able to make a comeback. We lost with a full team and with depth, I should add, too. Multiple reasons to see why that performance versus our performance, that's a performance that wins leagues. And that's a team that wins leagues. Not this one. Not yet. But that's just my rant. Welcome very much, everybody, to Casually FC. Welcome to the Casually Chelsea. Well, this is not Casually Chelsea show. This is the review for Chelsea 1, Fulham 2.
Lumos Maxima. Let me make sure I look good.
There you go. You're looking fine, bro.
You're such a nerd, dude. You're such.
But, ladies and gents, you already know what to do. Smash up the like. Be sure to subscribe to the video if you haven't done so. And also, check out the memberships. We have 4 different tiers starting at 99p. Big up to the Bridge Nation, Real Chris, CP, Oliver, as well as Scott. All of us going to be sharing our thoughts today. All of us discussing everything about this game. From top to bottom, I think, today. You can look at every person in this staff and put blame. So let's we'll get into that, as always, real quickly, into the quick summary of the match. Ladies and gents, this was a story of 2 halves. First half, we played brilliantly. I was convinced we were going to win. I had chess that I was like, okay, maybe I over worried about the Fulham fixture. And Cole Palmer, in a very Cole Palmer fashion, getting the goal the way I'm used to seeing him get goals, which is just precise shooting into the right spots and accuracy, which leads to the first goal in 16 minutes. Very Cole Palmer-esque through the middle, does a little dribble to the side, takes a shot, accurate shot to the side. Keeper can't get it. We're up 1-0. And we were creating chances. Cucurella missed a header. I think Jackson was maybe had a few chances, but again, not a great performance from him because he kept losing the ball. Like, there was multiple things, multiple factors in this game. We'll discuss it all. Second half, completely different team. We look like we're not up for it. We can't link up play. We keep losing the ball in the middle of the pitch. We can't finish our attacks. And it came back to bite us in the ass in the 82nd minute. Harry Wilson comes in and scores the the first goal, the equalizer, and then total capitulation at the end in stoppage time. Muniz. Fulham just tear it through our team and get the equalizer. Or not the equalizer, the goal that wins them the game. 2-1. First time, ladies and gents, in 45 years that Fulham have beaten Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. Multiple performances to discuss. Ahmed, I'm going to go to you. I'm going to find the goals because I want to get straight into talking about these goals and breaking this down because the way we lost that game, it hits different.
Fuck Sanchez.
It hits different.
I just had to get that out. I'm sorry.
It hits different.
I mean, it's interesting because, I don't know.
Happy Boxing Day, people.
Happy Boxing Day to everyone. Hope you bought all your stuff. I did a lot of online shopping today, chilling, relaxing while watching the Chelsea game. So that suited me quite well. I'm not sure if I want to be hearing the Scott's football takes, man. I'm a bit worried about Scott's football takes, I don't feel like there's space for it.
I'm here to hear Scott's football takes. I back Scott's.
No, but okay. On a serious note, obviously, I want to obviously start. Like when I saw the lineup itself, I wasn't really that surprised. Obviously, we were expecting Cucurella to come back into the lineup itself. The team was very. I would probably say the what you really expected at the end of the day. You could have made the argument. Maybe some people may have thought Neto had played one game. Maybe Madueke is going to play the next game. But after how bad Madueke had played against Everton, I think it was fair to say Neto should probably have started. Should have continued to start this game. But then obviously he wasn't even on the bench as well, which meant we had Gui, João Felix, and Nkuku. I think it was Tariq George, and we only had one midfielder in the team, guys. Cesare Casadei. And I want you guys to think about why I've said Cesare Casadei is the only midfielder we had on the pitch. Obviously, Nkuku and Felix technically are midfielders, but they're also 10, so I wouldn't include them in like the actual midfield bubble. Hopefully, everyone understands that. Obviously, the game starts, and I felt like it was very chaotic in the first 5 to 10 minutes, in the sense that a lot of the balls are getting headed over to each other on either side. No one was really catching the ball, I'd say, pretty much. And then obviously we tried to do some stuff, but initially I was seeing a lot of Gusto obviously doing this inverted role as I've seen many times before, and then I'm seeing for the first time, I think more than ever, I would really argue, Neto right back. There was quite a few times, particularly in that first beginning half, I was looking at Neto and I was thinking, why is he so deep? Pause. You know what I mean?
Oh,
you know what I mean? He legit was playing fullback at points, bro. Like, there was for the vast majority of the game, he was playing fullback, but I'm just contextualizing in the first half, he was just playing fullback. But I felt like the creativity, at least in the first 5 to 10 to 20 minutes, was coming from our other side with Cucurella and Sanchez, who I feel had a really great link up initially. Were doing a great job. And then obviously we had that moment of brilliance with a free Cole Palmer, who was then able to do what he needed to do to get the job done, in my personal opinion, right? That was a good goal from him, good placement, able to be his man. And I think that's probably the best thing he did in the whole game. Other than that, really, I felt like Cole Palmer today.
There was one other moment he did. I would.
One of them. You guys can remind me. I'm just. You guys can feel free to. But I just felt like.
As you're sharing that, I just found that. So let's actually break that.
Please go ahead, my brother. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Ahmed, do you know that ball he did to Nkuku? That's the other moment.
Listen, first half, the first half for Cole Palmer today, I thought was great. I was like, okay, cool. This is this is what we need from you to link up the passes, keep it simple.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about
the first half.
I'm not too sure.
I don't know about that.
I say for 20 minutes or so. I would say
the way I put it to Ahmed is, I think in the first half he was a really good attacking threat, but his passing was off, bro.
Exactly. I think that's what I was gonna say.
Off in the first half.
Yes.
What did Cole Palmer do that pass to Jackson in first half where I went to the goal kick?
Yes.
There was passes there. There was creativity. All I'm saying is it was an improvement from the last game. Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
And so this is obviously Colwell. I think Colwell of our whole defense probably had the best performance, but the bar is pretty.
There's no argument.
There's no argument really there.
Yeah.
So yeah, good pass from Colwell, which is again, I think today, Colwell, there was multiple passes that were great, but we couldn't do a damn diddly squat thing about it. So, yeah, and then this is what I mean. Like, this is very much what I'm used to seeing from last season. Cut from the inside, come around these areas, and then boom, shot in front. Precise shot at that. It's not just random shot. He's always slotting it into these bottom quarters, the bottom 90s, right? Really good placement from him. And that's what I was like, okay, cool. Palmer's on it today. Palmer's on it. Unfortunately, I was very wrong. I felt
like that goal kind of like summarized Palmer in the last few games. What I mean by that is that I feel like the term I'm going to use, yeah, you can research this up on Google Dictionary if you want to know what the definition is. But it's really, I feel like he's been having for the last few games meandering performances. What I mean by that, is that he will have these really key moments where, yes, he will get the goal and assist, but like other than that, it's a bit. That's really like the point. Like I feel like that's the best way to really sum up. I would argue, like Cole Palmer's performances, like that's the like. I feel like that's the best term. Like he's having meandering performances. That's what I would like to call it. And I think for me, this kind of also plays a bit part of as to why the connection, particularly going forward, has not been working so much. Like one thing I've noticed a lot more is that this is something that I've spoken about a lot, Marshall. You guys know about this connection he has with Jackson, right? I know we talk about consistently where whenever Jackson needs to come in deep, Palmer usually slots himself into that. Yeah, guys, get him out of the gutter, lads. Get him out of the gutter, lads. You know what I mean? This is football, man. You know what I mean? This is not Pornhub. Thank you. But like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But like, as I was saying, Jackson usually is able to drop into that 10 role, and then Palmer usually then slots into that striker role, right, into that space. The thing is, I've been noticing for the last few games as well. This is something I've noticed as well. He doesn't do that anymore. Like, he doesn't drop into the space either, right? And so, particularly when you're facing these mid to low blocks, bro, right, you need to have someone occupying that area. If you haven't got a guy that's not physical, that's not going to be able to head the ball into you, right, into the back of the net for you, you need to be doing that to happen, guys. That's all I would say in regards to that aspect to it. And I think the other issue we've got in regards to him is the passing. I would actually, this is something I used to criticize Gallagher a lot for, and we criticize him for still. I always call it spatial awareness. That means, you scan the area. You know who's behind, who's in front, who's around you. And so when you make that pass, it's usually 9 times out of 10, to the person that it's been regarded to. I'm not even talking about flicks or tricks, so that doesn't really necessarily matter. I'm just talking about making sure the pass goes to the person that it needs to. But the problem is there's quite a few times, where particularly the first and then a lot more in the second half, but the pass would be going to someone else, right? Rather than the actual team player that he needs to be going to him. You know what I mean? So that's what I would probably say in regards to his performances. And so we're gonna come back to him in my knowledge. And I think for me, Enzo Caicedo today, I think they had solid performances. I would probably say they had the most solid performances. I don't really have that much of an issue of what Caicedo did per se. I think in regards to Enzo, he did his job. He had like a 7 out of 10 performance. I don't know. Maybe Scott, you see something in him that I didn't see. I didn't really see that much wrong with like the midfield. Maybe you guys can correct me. But
I thought that was our best part of that game.
I thought Enzo was incredibly mid at best.
Really? That's what I'm saying. I didn't think they had full of his own, though. Because like Scott, the way I'm putting it, I don't think I thought like this had solid games. I don't really think it was bad or good. They just had solid games in my personal opinion.
But here's
go ahead, Mark.
Here's the thing. I think the issue in that second half was that Fulham basically did a mid block, right?
Yes.
They at all points, at multiple points of the game, Caicedo, as soon as he touched the ball, 4-3 men marking him. As soon as Enzo did it, same thing, 4-3 men marking him. They knew to pretty much bottleneck the midfield, which is how we have that performance in the second half, where everything was completely out of control. Every time we tried to attack, they just smothered our attacks. And then when they attacked, we couldn't intercept the balls. They were just ripping through our midfield, completely out of control of the game. In that second half, they looked like they were the home team.
But do you know why that was, though? I would actually...
Because of the midfield. And listen, one more thing I want to add before you go on to that. I think that's in large part due to the midfield being outnumbered at that point, but also that's the game where we could use a Lavia. If we had Lavia available and he comes in as a sub, I guarantee you that second half doesn't happen.
We can talk about subs, but
Marshall, I would say respectfully to you, then why do you have Cassidy on the bench then? Like, you know,
I say though.
Cassidy.
The reason why I say that, Marshall, is that with all due respect, you know, the manager has said, I trust this player to do a job for me, right? Yeah. So then why is he on the bench?
Bro,
You know what I
Cassidy
mean?
ain't doing shit in this game.
No.
Why was there two
Marshall,
goalkeepers on the bench?
But there's a reason why I'm saying that. Renato Vega today was holding bench or was sitting there relaxed, doing nothing.
he wasn't
today.
on the bench, bro.
Wasn't even on the bench.
She was
So
on
that
civilian clothing,
right
bro.
there. But that's what I mean. This is what I want to do in this stream, right? Because I want to do this for like I think Chelsea fans in general, we suffer this disease called irrational-itis, where we can't think rationally. Like I the bench, 100%. I understand bringing Cassidy and all that. I don't think Cassidy makes a difference. Where I criticize Maresca is, bro, why is KDH or Renato Vega not on your bench? You should have those options available because I'll be so honest, Cassidy comes into this game, bro. You can rip off those Conference League tinted glasses because he's not going to give you that performance.
No, Marshall.
He's getting ripped apart in that midfield by Paulinho.
Why I disagree with you, Marshall, is that there's two things can be true. We can discuss why is Vega not there, why is Dewsbury Hall not there, etc. But at the end of the day, who is the manager that has said I trust Cassidy to do something for me? It doesn't matter if I believe he can do it. It's what the gaffer himself has said that, right? And so he needs to be able to trust the guys that are on the bench. You know, the funny thing is, we're just talking about Cassidy. He's not even able to trust João Felix. Again, that's probably going to be adding even more.
That I'll give you.
Hold up. And I need to say this comment when we're talking about the midfield. You're like, the midfield's getting overrun because of the mid block, etc., etc. I don't even think that was necessary, bro. The second half, you could tell the entire team, bro, they were tired, bro. There was no urgency. The press fucking sucked. People are gonna obviously say, "Kuku, why you're not pressing?" Bro, everybody sucked in the press in that second half. They were tired, bro. They were gassed. They were absolutely gassed. And there were times in that second half when you could even see Caicedo, bro, trekking back the best he can to try to put out fires because we kept doing foolishness in their end, losing the ball because somebody trying to do a little flick, somebody doing a pass to where nobody is. We lose the ball. No, that's what I'm saying. But what my point being, I don't see the midfield. The midfield has issue. But my point being this, right? If you want to talk about take off the rose tinted glasses, we're irrational, whatever. Bro, I'm telling you, do you think the people that Fulham brought off the bench are better than what we can bring off the bench? Rhetorical question. My point being, when people are tired, the best thing that you can bring on is fresh legs. And that's where I started to criticize Maresca in the game management, bro. Because at the end of the day, we could have left with a 1-1. We would have been pissed, sure. But the worst possible thing happened because Sanchez has a bozo moment. And usually the team may be able to get back. We can do something. But they were so gassed. Look at that second goal. They were walking back. They were dead tired. We needed fresh legs in that game badly. And I'm not talking about just the striker position. We needed it badly, and we didn't get it.
Let's talk about that.
That's Maresca's fault, bro. I'm so sorry.
Here's the thing. Yeah, I agree. Maresca has a lot to blame. I think Maresca is more to blame for the selection on the bench than he is to blame who he didn't bring on. Also, if this team is tired, I'm sorry, bro. That's not an excuse for me because everyone else is also going through similar fixtures and much tougher competitions, and they have less squad depth. So I think for me, that's kind of bullshit. I get it. We need fresh legs on the pitch. There's no reason why it should be one substitute, but it's one substitute because what is João Felix going to do? Cassidy in this game, I don't think he's going to do diddly squat. If anything, he's going to make things worse.
The problem is, we will never know.
If he can run back, if he can press. The thing is, like, we already knew from visually, exactly. It's the unknown versus the known. We knew. We all visually saw. The press was awful. We had no energy, especially after the 80th minute. Brother, we were tired. It sucked. And for me personally, like, even if you don't rate Cassidy, even if you don't rate Felix, we're not even saying, oh, they're going to come in and they're going to change the game. The game's going to end 3-1. Bro, we're just saying we could have at least held on to the damn result. We were so tired, we couldn't even trek back for that second goal where Sanchez, being a bum, has Tosin open and just hoofs it up. Doesn't even hoof it up into a position where we could play for it. Just hoofs it up to no one. Look, he's alone.
Okay.
Sanchez just
So
hoofed it.
hold on. This is where I need to bring it back to let's be rational, because let's not pretend that Sanchez hoofed it and it was in the 18-yard box. This is the result of him hoofing it. Obviously, I will give you that. Maybe Marco Cucurella's tired, right? He didn't move at all. This was supposed to be for Marco Cucurella. He was supposed to go for the ball, but it didn't get to him because Cucurella stood still, which...
5'8" left back. Hang on. Are you trying to defend Sanchez here?
Yes, he is.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, he is. That's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to be rational. I'm not even trying to defend Sanchez.
No, part of it is Sanchez's
I'm
fault.
not
I'm
gonna lie,
sorry.
bro.
No. That's exactly
the whole thing is Sanchez's fault.
Curry. I agree with you because
is Sanchez's
this is the issue. This is the issue. You guys want to crash it on Sanchez when he's part of the problem. He's not the problem.
No, he's the problem.
Yes.
Okay. Fine.
Today I wouldn't say he's the problem. I don't think today he's the problem.
I'm not saying he's the
Sanchez-
whole problem. I'm saying for this goal, he's the entire problem of why we conceded.
So he's the... hold on. Let me let me tell you why he's the entire problem, right? He's the entire problem because the ball gets here and Cucurella's standing still and not even putting any pressure on this guy. That's totally Sanchez's fault, right? Let's continue to play. Caicedo gets dragged out of position, even though Cucurella's catching up to this guy. He's supposed to be stopping this man. Caicedo gets dragged out of position, but that's Robert Sanchez's fault. Robert Sanchez is the one telling Caicedo, go for the ball, right? And look who it lands. Right in the character, right of the player who Caicedo was supposed to be marking and running with.
Cool. And they're all played on side.
Here.
They're all played
Also
on side
here.
by Tosin, who dropped to give Sanchez an option to pass and who couldn't recover because Sanchez hoofed it to no one.
My point is nobody's blaming him for what happened after, right? But when you look at the person, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I am.
Hold on, with the United game, right?
But that's what I'm saying. Exactly. He's saying everything after is his fault.
No,
It's not.
I'm not saying everything after is his fault.
I know you're not.
He's the reason we're even in this position to begin with. He's the reason. He's the person. He's the person.
Again,
who exposed every
it's
single
damn
fault we
if
had
you do
up to that-
or damn if you don't with him.
What do you mean?
Because
damn if you
so
do?
many
If you make
so
a
many
slight pass to
people
your
literally
left-
say, bro, don't take risk when it's too risky. It's extra stoppage time at this point
You
of the
know what?
game where you have a
No, hold
1-1.
up. This is my thing.
People
You can't run that
would
with
say
them.
to
I'm
him,
sorry.
yo, boot it. Why are you passing it? You saw his
can't run
passing
that with
earlier.
him. Hold up,
He
you know why?
almost got he got
He
away
did,
with murder
yeah.
earlier in the game
He
from
was
passing
so
it.
close,
So
But you can't.
so many fans want him to just boot it up.
No, you can't. You can do
Let
that with
me
a lot of
ask
people,
him-
but you can't.
let me help him out. Let me help you out,
Hold on.
Arsene.
I know,
Let me help you out,
I have said
because-
at the beginning of the season. I said at the beginning of the season. I hate the way that Sanchez hoofs it because he never hoofs it in a position where it's maybe a 50-50, where maybe we can battle for it. He
Most
always
If
of our
Cucurella moves for the ball, it's a 50-50.
because they expect him
on
to
here.
actually hoof it into a position forward
Marshall.
or to the left or to the
I'm
right.
not on Cucurella.
So Marshall, there's two problems I have with your take here. Now, I'm not saying he should not have hoofed the ball, right? Okay, I think that's a fair enough point. But you should be hoofing it in a direction where at least our players have a much higher effective chance to get the ball. Now, with respect to you, Marshall, yeah, I'm not saying Cucurella, is a bad player. I'm just saying Cucurella, when it comes to height and ability, ain't got the skills to pay the bills in that sort of aspect, right? Let's be honest in that regard, right? You've also got a guy like Jadon Sancho is around about 5'7", 5'8", right? And you've got guys like Castagna and I think Diop was in the area.
Who was it that got that ball? Was it Diop?
Right. I think it was Castagna, if I'm not mistaken. Right. So, guys, the guys that he's battling against are taller than him and have higher, height ranges as well. Let's be realistic too. That's all I'm saying.
Here's the thing.
I'm glad you brought that up, Ahmed. So what we're saying here, this argument is that Marc Cucurella, who is 5'8", should be doing better in the air against a 6'1" Timothy Castagna.
That's what I'm saying. It's like we need to be honest about that. Like, that's not.
Okay,
Marshall,
so based off your logic, any person who's shorter than another person, the tall person automatically wins the ball every single time.
They have
There's
that advantage.
but that's what I mean. He's not even putting pressure on him, Scott.
Marshall, here's the thing.
I think you're blaming the wrong person, but not aside from Sanchez in this
It's
whole
not really
sequence.
blaming though,
No,
CP. It's more
okay,
so like
I'm so glad
making
you
people
okay,
realize
anyways,
there's
anyways,
I don't
more
care
than
how you
just
put,
Sanchez.
okay, sure, however you want to put
No,
it.
it's not.
You know who I'm more pissed at out of the two fallbacks? Fucking Gusto. If you watch this play, this dickhead keeps on jogging like an asshole until there's a runner, and then he doesn't even track the runner. Then
Bro, that's why I
Enzo's
told you he
caught
was
between them.
gassed, bro.
Then
I don't blame Gusto
yeah, you
He
know,
was
no,
ass.
That's from what? Neto was doing his job the whole
Yeah,
game.
Neto
was
was doing all
ass.
this
Excuse me,
work.
wait,
That's
let me
what I'm
complete
telling
this
you.
because everyone had their chance to talk. Let me complete this.
Yeah, yeah.
We're
Let
saying
CP talk.
I'll talk about the gassing in a second, Arsam. So here's the thing, and then Enzo is in the middle of a guy who's in front of him and a person who's behind him. He doesn't know who the fuck took cover, and then it's Sanchez not doing a good job making himself wide again. And if you're talking about gas, this dickhead in Gusto decided to be a right winger today because and Neto was fucking a lamb for slaughter because he had to be a right winger and a right back. I get Neto being tired. I understand Neto being tired. He was a lamb for slaughter. Gusto would do stupid shit, losing the ball with those stupid flicks every time high up. And then I would see Neto sprinting back, always making a tackle. Even he got fouled. He would foul sometimes. And it would result in a yellow card near the end of the game. He was sprinting every time he had it. And then he was expected to join the attack right after that. Every time he was expected to join the attack right after that. And there was a time near the end of the game where Enzo's like, who do I pass on the right side? Well, Neto's too tired because dumbass Gusto made him run 90 yards every 5 seconds.
I need to point something out. None of this goal is on anyone else but Sanchez. Because there are many reasons. There are many things. Number one, rewind it slightly, please.
Yeah, that looks bad when he doesn't pad.
No. Rewind it slightly, please. Go forward. Yeah. Cool. Here we go. Why not pass it to Tosin? Number one.
Yep.
He's there. Yep. He's open for the pass. Your long passing today was horrendous. People in the chat already have mentioned how many. 2 from 14 in long passes today. 2 from 14. Secondly, if you go on a little bit further, I didn't notice this in the game, but if you go on a little bit further to the frame you had paused, a little bit further. Cool, here we go. Even if Cucurella gets it, he's offside. So why the fuck are you hoofing it to him? Also, he's surrounded by 3 man. How the hell was he meant to win that?
Yep.
And then the reason why it's no one else's fault is because as soon as they get the ball, Fulham are attacking. No one is switched on because no one's expecting us to lose the ball here. No one's expecting Sanchez to do this. So no one is prepared.
Ball to feet, bro.
I think that's
Tosin can't recover. Tosin can't recover. Cucurella is not going to recover there. So left back's already exposed. So Colwell has to go out there. And Gusto's already far up the pitch as well because we were drawing and trying to attack. No one's in position outside of Tosin. This is all on Sanchez.
I think you're both somewhat right, though.
Because you can make the argument.
Because I hear
Sanchez being a bozo, right? You can make the argument. If Sanchez takes his time to stop this ball, to pass it to Tosin, I think this is Munoz. Munoz intercepts it.
He's been making that pass every goddamn game.
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't trust him to make it every game. That's every time he gets it.
Every game.
But this is what I mean. Like, if he makes a short pass and it's like very close, we're like, God damn it, this guy's short passing is horrible. And if he hoofs it, we're still yelling at him. So it's really damn if he does, damn if he does.
There's a way to hoof
it. Sucks.
There's a way to hoof it. I don't understand why we're thinking like hoofing it isn't.
I was going to say,
just get rid of it. But again, even if he does hoof it,
No. Thank you for bringing that up. That's one fun thing with this, by the way. If you're going to hoof this down the pitch where we're at. Everyone's on the right side of the pitch, and so you hoof it to the left side of the pitch.
Down the right hand side.
Cucurella is right there, and he can get there.
There's 1v4.
And offside.
At least he gets there. If it's offside, it's at least offside, and the ball is on their side of the pitch. There's 2 minutes. There's a minute left of extra time. 2 minutes left of extra time.
Marshall, where your cursor was, where 3. Look at where there's a triangle of Fulham players where Sanchez basically fucking kicked it.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Because this is again, we're back to this thing where I seem to be irrational about this, but I'm the one actually being rational. Okay, 2 scenarios, right? Let's walk down each hypothetical, guys. That way I can make sense of this, right? So hypothetical 1, he gets the ball, he's offside. Cool. So instead of being surrounded by 4 players, then it's offside. It's a dead ball to Fulham. Chelsea can regather themselves and reshape themselves, reorganize themselves with 2 minutes left in extra time, right? So that's in a better position than losing it here to 4 men. Sure. Hypothetical number 2. He heads it. Who cares? It's 4 men. Well, maybe there's a chance that he gets it and flicks it over to Sancho. Maybe there's a chance Colwell gets to it. There's a chance Caicedo gets to it. I know there's 4 men, but we've seen our other players jump up and take the 50-50s and win. It's a 50-50.
By the way,
Why
are we pretending that as soon as he goes for it and if he wins it, it's going to automatically land to Fulham?
Look at where the ball dropped. Look at where Sanchez dropped the ball.
If you're blaming Colwell, by the way, for this, you're a fucking idiot.
I'm not blaming Colwell.
No, not you. Not you. The people in the chat. If you're blaming Colwell, you're a fucking idiot.
He's probably one of our best
That's
players.
what I think. You know what this guy, Marshall for me, Marshall is sounding a lot like Potts right now. Oh, you know what I mean? Protecting the voice. You know what I mean? I have to gaslight a little bit there. You know what I mean? Sorry, Mark. I have to little bit of gaslight.
But we're having a serious conversation. Fuck this gaslight, bro. Physical light. Come out here and physically shine truth onto this scenario.
The problem is, Marshall, like, I want to ask you, if I may, Marshall, like, obviously, let's say we do let them reset. You're still giving them an attacking position to attack us from. Because at that moment in the game, they were actually trying to continue to go for the win, right? So they were literally going for the win at that moment in time. That's the problem, right? So listen, either way, yes, it may have ended 1-1. Yeah, they may have gone, but at the end of the day, it's not even great for us. And I would also even argue, I actually don't even think he was even trying to go for Cucurella there, funnily enough. Probably not. He was
probably not.
He legit, yeah.
But that is not the only issue. That's the part that I'm trying to get at, because let's also put some onus on Cucurella. Like, you also
onus on a 5'8".
We can. What do you mean?
I don't think you can blame Cucurella.
Even how we do.
Wait. What are we doing? What are we doing? Just because he's 5'8", he can't jump and head the ball. What did he do last game? Did he not score off a header from someone who was taller than him? What did he almost do this game? Did he not get a header where he almost won for people in the center backs that are taller than him? Why are we using his height as an excuse for him to not be able to head the ball?
Look how many white shirts are right next to him now.
Context.
So I'm just not gonna go for the ball. I'm just gonna let the white shirts have it. Like that, I don't understand the logic, people.
How far forward the ball is from him.
But Marshall, context is key. Context is key. Yeah, 2 things I would say. In this position, bro, the ball's not even nowhere near him, bro. How much more do you want to
cover that ground quick enough
in front of him?
No, you're not. What
are we talking about?
Look, Marshall. It's 95 minutes, and he's been putting a good shift in.
And B, Marshall, and B, Marshall, if I may, I'm gonna say
he's not that far. Even if you make the run, you get close enough to him where he doesn't comfortably make the pass. He has time. He has time to touch the ball and regather himself. He has time. If Cucurella makes this run sooner, he's there.
How did he make it any sooner?
I don't know if you can blame us on Cucurella, Marshall.
I'm not blaming it on Cucurella. I'm saying you guys need to put more blame on Cucurella than just blaming it on Sanchez. It's not just Sanchez.
No, wrong person. It's way more
You can't just blame Sanchez on this. And I hate that I'm defending Sanchez. What the hell are you guys doing to me?
Can we get back to the Cucurella point slightly? Yeah. Do you know the goal that Cucurella scored against Brentford? Yeah. The reason why he was able to score that header so well was for 2 reasons. Yeah. He was able to blindside the defender. The defender was focused on someone, so that allowed him to then get the height. He was able to put this. I'm going to add pause here quickly for the dirty man people.
Hey, Surfer,
climb the defender. You know what I mean? He was able to climb. He was even able to climb the opposite defender on his shoulders to gain even more height to head the ball for that Brentford goal.
Okay, now we're doing too much.
But that's what he did. But that's what he did, Marshall.
But again.
In this scenario, Marshall, he has to.
In this scenario, you're misunderstanding me again.
I like this.
Cucurella, and this is again. I'm not even trying to blame Cucurella. I'm just saying he doesn't help this scenario. He is also part to blame.
What's he meant to do?
Let me tell you what he's ought to do. Instead of walking and finally making the run here, you make the run sooner so that you get the second ball, or at least try to.
As
No one is
XLV
prepared. You
said,
see the
Marshall, are you
pass.
supposed-
He is walking while he's seeing the ball come down. He's thinking.
Expecting to get the ball because no one is expecting Sanchez to hoof it there.
That's what I'm saying. Who expects a Sanchez Bozo moment?
Bro,
What do you mean?
are we pretending that the ball just teleported from Sanchez's foot to fucking Castagna?
Look at how
it was
everybody-
in the air. It was in
nobody
the air,
expected
and you can
to
literally
move it.
like see him looking at it, walking towards it, and then he sees Castagna get it. He's like, "Oh fuck, let me run."
Look at the body position of every single player.
Thank
Literally,
you.
nobody's
Marshall,
expecting the
You
hoop
literally
ball.
see Kukureya's reaction, by the way, in real time. Actually, you actually see it in real time. Look. Continues on.
His body is going forward. Is he not looking at the ball then? Is that what you're saying?
he's not
Cucurella's paying
prepared for
attention
it.
to the crowd.
He doesn't know where it's going
Everyone
to
on
land,
Fulham-
does he?
I was going to say,
On that
Fulham
point.
have a head start on them. That's what you don't when we say context. Because if you're going, the reason why, as Ahmed said, the reason why Cucurella scores the header he does before is because he has the run on the defender and he's expecting it to come in and he's on the blind side. Here, the Fulham defender has the run on Cucurella, also trying to make a jumping, like trying to jump from a standing start and a running start is completely different. So the defender has the height on him and has the jump on him because he's moving already. No one is expecting this. Cucurella has just, by the way, the reason him and Palmer are there is because they've just been part of the attack that failed at the other end. The ball's gone back to Sanchez and he just hoofed it back up the pitch. So no one in the attack is prepared.
Okay,
This is all on Sanchez.
that's even more of a reason why it's not just on Sanchez. You should be fucking prepared for anything. He's literally in the. You guys are so set on blaming it all just on Sanchez when there's so many more pieces to this goal and how it failed.
So it's 100% on Sanchez. Why are we doing
We
this?
put Marshall. We playing this Marshall.
And then 40% on the
Yes,
rest
Oliver.
of the team. But
Hang on a minute. We play. Our whole thing last season under Pochettino was where's the system? We play in a system, and there are parts in that system that are supposed to react and move around each other in a certain way. That's what the coaching is all about. Sanchez has just thrown that all out the window with doing that.
Yep.
Okay, sure. I mean, yeah, you could say everyone's used to a system, so Cucurella is going to be all the way up here, not expecting a long pass because the system wants him to have it at his feet.
No, because the system wants him to
But,
make an
like,
intelligent decision and pass it to Tosin instead of a long ball to 3 fucking Fulham men
Here's
in a
the thing.
Bermuda Triangle.
Let's be realistic. Realistically, I think what happens here is Cucurella's knackered, and he's not running for the ball. All right, he's tired, and he doesn't want to run for it. I think it is understandable, but goes to show more so we're not in this title race. This team is not ready. I don't know. Like, I understand the fixtures have been heavy lately, but Cucurella literally did not play last game, I'm pretty sure.
He didn't play against Everton, no.
Yeah,
But he did
so why
play
is he
in the
so
Conference
knackered at
League,
this
though.
point?
He did play in
So
the
it's not
Conference
even, but it's also not even just
Actually, I would
Cucurella,
disagree.
obviously.
But I would actually argue, Marshall, like with Kukureya, for example, he actually plays as a bombing fullback. So he goes forward and backward. He even inverts at times. I actually would argue there's certain players where I actually understand why they're probably knackered. He's a good example of that. Caicedo, is a good example of that, where that brother's like doing everything for 90 minutes. Enzo's another one that I would argue as well. Neto, I have no qualms if Neto's cooked, bro, by 70th minute, bro, because of the amount of what heavy lifting he was doing. Like this, and Palmer, another one where I don't from the second half onwards he just did not exist. Jackson's one where I can't accept it from him personally. You know what I mean? It's unacceptable that he's tired. I'm sorry to say that, bro, but we'll get to him very soon. We'll get to him soon.
He's tired.
Yeah, we'll get to him soon, don't we?
I don't know. I think, obviously, I don't want to dwell entirely on this. I think this is way
You
too
don't want to go
harsh to
another 20
blame
minutes
it.
for Sanchez?
Bro, because it's just going to be the same thing. You guys just keep
we're just
saying
gonna
it's
disagree with
100% on Sanchez or 60% on Sanchez, and it's like, okay, but like...
Well, how much percentage would
if
you give Sanchez then?
20%.
Wow.
What?
I think this falls on not just him hoofing it, right? It also falls...
That is wild.
I mean, that's your view.
Bro, I have been so critical of Sanchez this whole fucking season. And then for you guys to pretend that I'm just defending him, I'm just being
We're defending
rational.
him for this game. We're not saying you're defending him for the entire season. We're just
No, I'm for defending him for this play because he was horrible today as well. I mean, he kept us in the game. Don't get me wrong. He made some saves, right? But this part is like everyone wants to crash it on Sanchez, and it's like, okay, but if Cucurella he's not expecting it. He's looking at the ball coming down, and then he makes a run late, if he puts pressure on Castagna, maybe Castagna doesn't get the second touch. Maybe Castagna doesn't get the other pass. It's all hypotheticals. But then you have, again, Caicedo making the error of coming off of his runner instead of just maybe hoping that Colwell can make this tackle. And then his runner's off free. And Tosin's got 2 to watch. So it's just a mess from beginning to end. Like,
would it be put in this position if it wasn't for Sanchez?
Yeah.
And again, is it on Sanchez or is it on Cucurella not making the run? You say it's Sanchez, and you want to blame everything just on Sanchez.
Zoom into me right now. Zoom into me right now. Zoom into me right now. Is this what you're expecting from Cucurella? 90th minute?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Bro, I am expecting you. Bro, like, I'm not expecting you to fucking jump over the guy's shoulder, make it there on time, stand on his shoulder, chest it down, touch it, and have full control. Like, I'm not expecting that. I'm just expecting you make it harder for Castagna.
I think Marshall's just expecting Cucurella just to put pressure, but I just think at that point,
If
where
you put
Landon-
pressure, he doesn't have the time to do that.
I think Cucurella's trying to take away
okay, like literally not a single player there is expecting Sanchez to just. This is my point.
That doesn't matter. That's not an excuse.
He blind hoofs it. He blind hoofs it.
He's looking at it the whole time in the air. You mean he's not expecting it to land? Is it just gonna go to fucking Mars?
He expects his keeper to actually hoof the ball into a place that makes sense. He hoofed it literally so short that the guy in front of Cucurella got there before him.
Because he's walking.
Guess what? Guys,
it lands in front of. It lands in front of Castagna, sure. But just because it's gonna. Okay, listen. This is gonna land in front of Castagna. I'm just gonna walk. No, like you see the ball coming. Go towards the ball.
Go back to the
I'll ask you a question. If someone comes up to you in the street, if someone comes up to you in the street and pushes you over, is that your fault that you weren't expecting it?
I should have braced myself. If I'm seeing the guy walk towards me,
are you Doctor Strange?
Oh my days!
I like that,
bro. Are you gonna let someone get to your personal space and all of a sudden you're gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't see that fucking happening, bro"? If a motherfucker gets really close to me where I can feel your fucking breath, I'm gonna fucking push you off me. Why are we pretending?
Go back in the video, bro. I feel like are we distance impaired? Like. Look, as soon as the ball gets even, like he notices that.
Where is Cucurella's face looking in this frame?
Probably trying to predict where the ball's gonna land. Maybe.
Yeah, he's trying to predict where the ball's gonna land. As soon as he notices that brother
he doesn't know where the ball's gonna land. Let's face it, Sanchez.
It's a blind hoof, bro.
So
okay, look, the
he
ball's
doesn't
going
see
down.
it here. He doesn't see the ball.
We ain't denied he ain't seen
keep
it.
Keep going.
We know we can see it.
He sees it land,
and then he realizes
his body position.
But he's so far away.
As soon as he notices that brother's gonna control it, he starts to sprint.
So I was going to say, do you know what's funny as well? Like watching this video is jokes because you see more things. This ball starts to you can see the spin on it. This ain't even going to Cucurella. This is spinning into nowhere.
It's not going to Cucurella. It's landing to Castagna, but you can at least track it down.
It don't look that way to begin with. It looks like it's actually going to be heading to Cucurella more, but
it does. But he put Curry in it for no reason because he's not good at hoofing the ball.
Well, yeah, because he hoofed it. Yeah.
But like Marshall, it is 95 minutes. I can't expect Sanchez to turn to flash. Like just put pressure.
You mean
Cucurella,
Cucurella?
yeah.
Bro, at least jog. He was walking.
Bro, he's full on sprinting. Look, I'm so sorry. Like, look at his body position.
He wasn't jogging when the guy was
before. When the ball was in the air, he wasn't jogging. He started sprinting when it came eye level.
When it came eye level.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Cucurella was going to stop it, but Cucurella puts pressure on Castagna. He probably does. Knowing Cucurella probably dispossesses him because he doesn't get that second touch.
I don't know, bro. I just think it's insane that you're not blaming Sanchez for putting these players.
I am blaming Sanchez, but I'm not blaming him for the whole thing.
20% is literally nothing. 20% is not even enough to get you in legal trouble as an accomplice.
All right, maybe 30%. We want me to put 30% because it's not. What, you want me to say it's 60% when it's he's hoofing?
Oh yes, it's
at least 50. At least midway 50%.
50 is crazy. You're telling me he's half of the reason that happened. Yes, even though Cucurella doesn't make the run sooner to put pressure on Castagna, even though Caicedo gets pulled out.
Expecting to do, if he does what the system has taught him to do, if he does the thing that Tosin was expecting him to do, This never
But
happened.
when he does that, you guys say this guy's a horrible passer, and he could have fumbled it that way too. It would have been
But
worse
it's
if
what
he
the system
fumbled it
asked
that
of
way.
him. That's
He got 14 long balls.
All right, whatever.
And only 2
Whatever.
successful, by the way. 2 successful. 2 out of 14.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
that's
and then
horrible.
because of this, you've got Tosin defending 1v3 because he's not in position because he's gone.
Yeah, and tried to trap back too into that middle.
And Cole too, bro. Cole's trying to hoof it back as well. Anyways, bro.
Like I thought Gusto
eh,
should have got
eh,
back a lot
But
back.
that's
I don't
even
blame
more of a
anyone
reason
for
to
not
just
getting
get
back.
rid of
I'm
it.
not like massively blaming Gusto for it, but like I felt like he's more of a fault over Cucurella. I don't know why we're looking at Cucurella so much.
That's wild.
Was
No,
supposed to be because of Marshall. I don't think literally everybody came in
Yeah,
the
no
stream
one's
ready
saying
to blame Sanchez,
Cucurella
and then
besides
he's like, it's
Marshall.
Cucurella, and we're
Yeah,
just
no
we're
one's
still
saying
And I
caught
knew it
off
was
guard.
going to
Bro,
happen,
besides
by the way. As
Marshall.
soon as I said
Oh,
it's
we
not
always-
entirely
Nobody
Sanchez's
else,
fault, all
bro,
over, you're going to
literally-
lose your head.
Bro, I've been on Twitter. I haven't seen a single person blame Cucurella for this.
Yep,
It's
yep.
like,
You're the first.
I've seen
Congrats,
Gusto,
Marshall.
I've seen Cole.
Yeah,
I've
because
seen
you're on
Sanchez.
Twitter, bro.
Bro, what I'm
That's
saying
why.
is like, how are
Yeah,
you?
well, you
Everyone's
go-
always
Sanchez
going to
and
just
believing
blame
that you're
Sanchez.
correct.
I already saw it
I'm not
happening.
even saying Sanchez.
Just like
Wait,
everyone's
he
going to
just said
bitch about
he just
how...
said he saw Colwell
I
and
saw Cole
Gusto
being-
before.
that's what Gusto, bro. I didn't see
Yeah,
a single
it
person
doesn't make
say
sense.
Cucurella gets
That's why I'm
blamed.
trying to break it down rationally, because I saw
This isn't
Cucurella.
rational.
It is very rational. Sorry, you can't be rational for this because you're blinded by Sanchez tinted glasses.
Yes,
I thought. Do you know what? Do you know why that's not true? I thought Sanchez played well until this.
He
Yep,
did.
same,
He was actually
same,
other
same.
than that one scary
Yeah.
pass.
he did.
That
He
one
played
scary
well this
pass.
game. He kept us in this game and then threw it away.
Yes.
Yeah, but okay, Scott, that's fine. I think what bothers me about what you just said is that you blame 100%
Got
of
him.
this is on
Yes.
Sanchez. It's insane.
It's 100% on Sanchez because
But
his
that's
main
the
thing to do
This-
is Tosin.
bro, this
Tosin
situation
is right
doesn't
there.
exist organically.
Just like
this is
like-
his fault.
I know
Look,
it
hang on.
doesn't exist
There's-
organically, but the fact, guys, here's the thing: the fact that the ball goes to their side of the field and then comes all the way across, and that's Sanchez. They
Yes.
ripped through our whole team, and that's Sanchez.
Yes, because you can see where everyone's positioned. The reason why, bro,
that's
they go
crazy.
from
That's
they go from in their half to at our box in 2 passes. In
Yeah.
2 passes there
I
at our
think
box.
I understand not
and the
being
reason
in
is 'cause
position.
everyone is condensed. And the reason no
Mhm.
one's in position is because of Sanchez. And the reason it's on Sanchez as well, as I explained earlier, there's 2 reasons. Oliver mentioned one of them. You have no reason when it comes to the system to play a long ball. The system is designed for you not to play long balls. Secondly,
Yep.
I mean,
we've already
I don't know
seen-
about
From the back.
Robinson.
we've already seen as well, your long ball percentage sucks. Your long balls in general suck.
Mhm.
So you have a reason to play a long ball pass. He would have, if he hadn't have made that one, by the way, he'd have ended 1 in 13 if he hadn't have made that long pass.
Yeah.
1 successful long pass in 13 attempts.
Wouldn't
It's
it be
just-
2 and
to
3?
me,
Oh,
it's
and by
just-
the way, his actual passing, by the way, that's another conversation. His pass completion percentage today, 58%.
Oh, fuck me.
That's so
Fuck
He just
trash.
can't pass. We already
So
know
it's
this.
like
Fuck
we were
me,
fucked
bro.
regardless, is
Fuck
what I'm
me, bro.
understanding from
Fuck
that.
me.
We were just fucked regardless.
No, it
Fuck
should have been
me,
okay.
bro.
It should have been a 1-1, bro. Like we should have won this, obviously.
No,
but at
it
that
should have
point,
been a
98
win.
minutes, bro, I was just like,
It should have been a
no, I literally
win.
As
started
much
off-
as we've
it
crashed it
should
on
have been a win.
Sanchez,
No, I literally just
Yeah,
said it should have been a
yeah.
win. But at the 98th minute, that should have ended a draw.
I think this
Like,
is
I-
a
but
goal
as much
right
as
here.
we've crashed it
Hold
on
I think I
Sanchez,
got
bro,
the
there are
goal.
other players we need to crash it on.
Oh yeah, we
Okay,
we
we'll
need
get-
we done
Ah,
15 minutes
yeah.
on
Yeah.
Sanchez.
Emily,
away.
Let's see this because Neto's another one. Malo Gusto's
I
another
felt
one.
bad for
Like
Neto.
let's
Now
let's
doing
I'll
right
get it,
back
bro.
shifts.
yeah, let's
Neto
see
had
this
three
right now
errors
because I
on
think
that
this is
right
the
side.
goal. He will be put us in a spliff today, yo.
Oh, he was their best
Uh,
player, man of the match,
yeah.
comfortably.
Oh,
So-
the number 3, he was annoying.
Look at Malo.
No, not number
Yeah.
3, number
Bassi.
Iwobi, number
It
17.
will be.
Oh, Wobie's good
Iwobi.
too, but that
Yeah.
number 3 guy, Scott, though, he was annoying.
Bassi, right?
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Maresca,
man.
he was
Dude,
great.
Bossy just
Yeah,
ran
he-
through our midfield at one
He
point.
dominated,
too.
bro.
Oh
He
my
was a
God.
centre back, and he dominated Enzo.
Yeah.
Like, he made Enzo his bitch.
Yeah. And Gusto, I believe there was
Oh
that
no,
same
I mean
play. He
Gusto
just
had the same problem.
completely bullied Gusto. But yeah, Gusto was
Nothing
asked
new.
to invert. It's
Pulling
like
Gusto this season isn't that hard, though. Pulling
Yeah.
Gusto this season isn't that
Can't
hard.
lie,
And-
Fulham has some big guys in there.
Why is
Hey, yo,
he
pause.
a right back? Why
Pause.
You guys are seeing this, right? This is crazy. You have Neto in the right
He's
back
literally a
scenario,
right back.
but Malo Gusto is in the midfield.
That's
But
what I'm saying,
Gusto is the
dude.
right back.
This guy's a criminal, man. This Gusto guy's a criminal, man. He's playing against us, I swear.
And the thing is,
That's
by the
why
way,
he's
I
playing
disagree
against
with.
us, man.
I disagree with. I think it was Marshall that said this earlier, or maybe, no, maybe it was Ahmed. He didn't invert once today. By the way, he played as a right.
He did not. He was right wing.
He didn't invert
was
once.
right
He played as a
wing.
right centre back and was. This is one of the worst performances I've seen from him, which I don't understand. We're talking about a guy who put his best performance in at right centre back against Brentford, I think it was when he came on, and then proceeded to put his worst performance of the season at right centre back as well. It don't make sense.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's because he was out of position so much.
Bro, he was so consistent last season. I don't get it, man.
It's the inverting. I mean, I don't know if. Listen, I think he was inverting because why the fuck are you in this position?
Bro, listen, you could bring up.
He wasn't.
You could bring up the
I don't know if
Heat
that's really
match.
inverting.
Crazy,
Bro, I don't
Like,
think he
Neto
was inverting. I think he decided to be a right winger today.
Yeah.
He wasn't even a right winger because he didn't push up. Apart from like
no.
the only time he
didn't-
pushed up,
He didn't hug the
the
touch.
only time,
I saw him
the
so
only
many
time he
times push
pushed up, which is weird. He did the same thing Disasi did in the last game against Everton. It was only when we were defending he'd push up, which makes no sense.
It's no sense to me either. It was horrible. And I gotta listen. I feel bad for Neto. I agree with you guys because the job that he was put in and the position he was put in is not okay. But my dude, you gotta do better than this. Miles Robinson. Oh, this isn't even the goal. This right here. Yeah. Anthony, thank you. I always get him confused. Anthony Robinson's another one too that put us in a fucking split today. He completely bullied our left side. Like, holy crap. No wonder this guy's in a conversation for best left back in the league as well. Neto, you got to do better than this. You got to do better than this, bro. Like,
what do you mean, man?
I don't know. Right, he did try to put his body in a way. It just turns out he just got body. Like, I don't
really blame Neto.
I think it's the thing when you're not a defender, when you're not
trying to win the foul.
When you're not a defender, bro, it's hard for you to gauge.
I understand
the speed and position that you need to put your body at to try to intercept the pass or to judge a player's speed. Like when you're not a defender, bro, I'm telling you that he doesn't have that in his mind. He doesn't. That's not his bag.
I understand what he was trying to do because he was trying to foul, but he ends up pretending to get fouled as a result.
He didn't get fouled. He got
through. I think he did get
he got hurt, but maybe he's milking it. He was definitely milking it.
I think he was definitely
milking
it.
Yeah, how many votes?
There are 3 players I blame for this. There are 3 players I blame for this, and Neto is not one of them.
Yeah, I don't really blame that.
I think Neto should have done better.
I just think he's just milking it. Like when the goal was in, he's still crying.
Bro,
but he's not a defensive player, so I don't I can't bust his balls for it. I think could have done better, but at the same time, how is he supposed to expect Iwobi to make this run, right? Because he's not a defender. He doesn't.
Well,
do
you can
this.
see him going in,
doing that.
and then he says, "Oh shit!" Iwobi's going through, and then you have to try to block it somehow, and he just got killed.
Mm-hmm. And then they're just fucking.
Enzo needs to do better, by the way, to stop the cross.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I agree with that part.
Enzo defensively was not the guy.
I thought he did some good tackles in the midfield, but I agree with you that Scott. He should have done better. I'm not denying that.
I think he had decent tackles in the first half, but second half, no.
Yeah, maybe second half he did drop off. I saw some good tackles.
Yeah. But again, here, Tosin, my guy, bro, pay attention to what's around you. This is basics. This is what differentiates you from a mid center back to a top level center back. It's just being aware of what the fuck is around you, bro. You just leave this player by himself, number 8. I think that's
that's really bad. That's just too easy.
Yeah, it was just, bro. Oh my god, infuriating. What is obviously Sanchez can't be blamed for that. What the hell is he supposed to fucking do? The defense is supposed to be marking their man. Fucking frustrating, man.
I thought he's just offside because he got through that easy and got a free header. I thought he's got to be offside, surely.
No, I think Colwell and Kukurea. Maybe I don't know. I'm not blaming them, by the way, but they played him offside.
I think Colwell played
at the time when you can see that's got to be offside. Show us if it's offside or not. I want to see the lines or something because no way he got through that easily and no one marked.
Sorry, not the Liverpool game.
Turns out it's true. He got unmarked.
Yeah.
That is poor. That is just piss poor.
Oh my god, and Jaden today too. Oh my god.
Oh, he was terrible.
Yeah, I know.
He was terrible.
I
Jadon.
know.
Sanchez.
Oh yeah, he. I don't
He had
think
like
got
he had
one
like a
big
first good like what 15 minutes and then or like 20
just
like
dropped
Dude,
did-
he
off,
does
yeah.
not attack his fullback. He fucking does not. I saw the amount of take-ons he had. It was like 5, dude. Fuck right off, man. He did the same
Actually, that's
against
a good
Ashley
He
Young.
struggled
I want to check
today.
that.
But okay, hold on. Like one thing I do have to say though, like before we continue analyzing, right? I gotta give credit to Fulham though. Like let's also be real. Like Fulham, like I said, you guys remember I kept saying Fulham. I think that's the team. That's the team. Fulham. I think that's the team that we fucking hit the bump. Once we get to Fulham, I think we're good. Obviously, this result was worse than I expected, but they're a good team, and you got to give it to them. I think Marco Silva, the way he set up in that second half, and the way they counteracted us, Fulham are also pretty decent defending. They have a few clean sheets this season, probably more than us, to be honest. They're not a bad side, so not excusing, obviously, right, that we have better players than them. We should have won, but they also did well on their half. They had a good performance. Like Leno, we had chances. We had chances today, but Burnt Leno was on it. They weren't the best chances. Like, they weren't like world-class saves, but like, you need to be on it. You need to react to those opportunities. The Cucurella header. I think there was another chance Enzo Fernandez had as well. A shot that
the long shot. Yeah,
wasn't
you
top
know,
bins, but it was a good reaction
Jackson
from Leno.
and Cole Palmer was doing a little 1-on-2 in the box. Yeah, that was a chance there as well. And you know
The
where Cole
soft
Palmer,
shot, yeah.
yeah, and Cole Palmer at the very end did through ball and Cuckoo, and it could have been a goal at the very end as well, maybe. But yeah, like that number 3 centre back, he was he was everywhere. I felt centre back, wing, into our box. Like he was annoying to face against.
Who's the one that got the yellow? Right, Aaron Anderson.
No.
I mean
Beasley.
Beasley.
Oh,
He keeps
Bassey.
forgetting Bassey's name.
Yeah,
Anderson had a good game today
No,
as
he
well.
did.
He picked up a yellow early.
No,
Scott, he picked up a yellow early onset because of Jackson and managed to stay in the game. And kept the clean sheet.
But he did not have a good game. Like, Jackson had him on strings the whole game, and then Maresca took him off for some reason.
I mean, let's talk about Jackson as well. That's another one that I think another game like this, and then I'm probably going to start asking to see Nkunku give it a run of games.
Absolutely
What?
not.
Nkunku, no, bro.
Oh hell
Bro,
no!
it's not going to be
What?
Giu.
What?
It should be. And Jackson was good
It
today.
should be. It should be.
Sorry. Just Marshall, say that again. You're gonna call for Marco Guiu?
No, I don't want to.
But he said he isn't. He's going to call for Nkunku.
Okay.
And Nkunku was hot garbage today.
Yeah, he was also hot garbage.
Listen, but this is the thing. We've been in this position before where like we have hot garbage and then we have hot garbage, and sometimes we switch it for the other hot garbage and it performs.
No, but there's like Jackson wasn't even bad today, in my opinion. And
he wasn't,
you
but
saw
he
when
was very wasteful.
he wasn't wasteful. He had like I don't even remember him having a chance.
Service. What are you talking about?
He had that one.
He didn't
get
get
a
a
header that hit the post.
I just watched.
No, he didn't get it on target. Never mind.
Wasn't the greatest. Or when he had the
No, he
ball.
didn't. He didn't have a header. That was the last game, wasn't it? I don't think he had a shot.
He did have a header, but it was
He
off target. It went wide.
He had a header, but it wasn't
went
like a
wide.
clear cut chance. And
No, it
also
wasn't.
think about it. Our striker
No, it
only gets one fucking good chance a game to two, man. The lack of service to him is fucking incredible.
Yeah. And you saw, and the big issue, the thing for me, and the reason why I always want to see Jackson play, is you saw the issue when he came off. Like, he comes off and we have no focal point. And Nkunku does nothing, by the way, as a striker. And like part of it is down to him, and part of it isn't, because like at this point he just needs to stop.
Too.
That sub needs to die. By the way,
Yeah,
that change.
Maresca
This is our Barkley for Kovacic and vice versa striker sub under Sarri. Like, it needs to die because it's worked once and that's it. It needs to just die because it's not working. Like, Nkunku came on today, his touch was terrible, his hold up play was terrible. He made no runs, but he didn't really make any runs, but made no attempt at any runs. Their centre backs went from being on strings, having to deal with Jackson. Jackson held up 3 centre backs today by himself.
Pretty much.
And then Nkunku comes on. Bro, they kicked their feet up. Bassey was making striker runs. Bassey was like, I'm having a laugh here.
This is my idea. If I see another performance like this today from Jackson, I am starting the next game after that with Nkunku because
What?
I want to see what Nkunku can do in the first 60 minutes of a game versus the last 15. And in the last 15, if we want to be reasonable and rational, he did have a chance that hit the post or on the side of the post. It was from the free kick that actually found him, and he just couldn't get it and completely on target. It was one of the last plays of the game, I believe. Yeah, and
I will say with Jackson this season, he hasn't gone more than 2 games. Like he's gone 2 games without scoring, but he hasn't gone past that this season. What I quite like about Jackson, at least he's scoring in most games in a sense anyway. So, and it's against Ipswich. I'm thinking Jackson can get a goal. I don't blame even Jackson today anyway. I just thought he had a few bad touches, but he didn't get any chances today. So it's
the
kind
thing
of
with
hard
Jackson
to say.
is that
badly.
here's the thing. It wasn't bad, but he didn't affect the game like he normally does. Like he was on the ball more today than he was the previous game. But it's like when you're not affecting the game for 60 minutes, 70 minutes, like we got to switch it up, and we got to switch it up sooner. Which is on Maresca too. We've commented and lambasted Maresca for these late subs. But
I mean, if you want to switch up, oh sorry, Marshall, my bad.
I just understand, like, Nkunku hasn't had the best performances. We've been here. We've criticized them, right? Against Noah, against so on and so forth, even though we won those games. But, like, fuck it, man. What happens if you play him and maybe he does get a chance, an opportunity, and puts it away? It's just try something different. Because with Guiu, I get it. Like, people want to try and see what happens. But personally, me,
he's not ready.
I think putting an 18-year-old against grown-ass men at the bridge or in the derby, I think you're just asking for trouble. That's
but Marshall, wait, hang on a minute. Like, trying Guiu would be doing something different. We've seen the Nkunku thing done multiple times. We've seen him play in general. We know what he is as a player. Maresca claims to know what he is as a player because he says he's not even a striker. So why do you play him at strike? You know, this doesn't make any sense on any level.
That's one of the things as well with Maresca. Like he's got to the point where, like, when it comes to his comments, he's on the same level as Poch. Like his comments mean fuck all.
Damn.
Literally fuck all.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I am not a clown.
Like you said
Like
about change.
he keeps talking about Nkunku's not a striker. You keep playing him there. Keeps talking about, even though I don't rate him, Felix should be getting more game time. Doesn't bring him on in games. Keeps talking about Sanchez and whatnot, and it's like he's doing well enough and this, that, and the other, and it's not good enough. Like you keep talking all of these things, that's cool. Your actions don't really express the same. Like,
yeah,
you just talk.
I was going to say, like, obviously, I wouldn't even want to bring Jackson off because I do agree he is a focal point. But like I say, Nkunku's not a striker. I'd actually just put him on the 10. And if you don't want to bring off Cole Palmer, put Cole Palmer on the right. Because we say we want like a winger who can score goals. I think Cole Palmer suits when he's actually more on the right side. If you want to do that and play Neto or something on the left. I'm not saying start this game because I don't want to keep changing it after like 1 or 2 bad performances. I have to see after Ipswich then. If that's bad as well, like maybe we have to consider like doing other changes as well. Enter will have to, not us.
I mean, true. That's a good point too, because it is Ipswich. I'm expecting Jackson to be able to score, or at least get.
We need heavy rotation though for that. No, I'm expecting
on the wingers maybe. Yeah.
But that's the problem, right? And this is why I said, like, let's wait till December period is over because, bro, right now, and this is like a broader picture because this is also why, like, I'm not putting it entirely on Maresca. I know there's a lot to blame from Maresca when it comes to the lineup or the choices of who you put on the bench. But, like, you have Lavia who's out, who would start this game, or at least come in that second half where things started to get wild in the midfield. You have Reece James, who, if fit, is starting in this team and is probably playing and putting Malo Gusto on the bench. The reason Malo Gusto is playing is because Reece isn't fit to be available in those games and playing those positions and the way that Gusto is performing. So you got to put that also, like, take into consideration Reece James is a factor in that. Apparently, Nani wasn't available for this game. Does anyone know?
No,
that's
a whole separate segment. Yeah, he said I just didn't put him in a little bit.
He said it was a technical decision. He said it was a technical decision. He said it wasn't an injury and it wasn't. He said not something else.
Wasn't it something to do with training? Or my?
I was going to say I was going to say,
Also,
if we're
he's
going to
not
talk
the
about the
only one.
wingers getting rotated against Ipswich, then we need to talk about Noni Madueke, because
He's not
right
the
now
only
that
one,
doesn't
mate.
look possible.
Where's KDH? I don't rate him that highly, but where is KDH?
Thank you, Scott.
I think he said he got injured.
That too?
Somebody saw.
When?
I saw
I ain't seen nothing, by the way. I haven't
I
seen
think somebody
anything to
said
say where
somewhere.
he is the last 2 games.
Yeah, I don't know. The other one I was going to mention, guys, is also Wesley Fofana. Wesley Fofana starts in this game, and maybe with Wesley
He's
Fofana,
meant to be back in the next couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
thought he's only
but
gone for
with
4
with him
weeks.
out and Badiashile, to be fair as well.
In
I
the
mean,
January, they said, I think.
I mean,
with-
Badiashile's not a big miss because he's left side.
No, he's not. But like with these players missing, like you're forced to play Tosin, who doesn't look great in this game. You're forced to play Malagusto, who
I wouldn't
I
say
mean,
that
you're not
last week. That was
forced.
Tosin. I wasn't.
But then again, like,
unreal.
do you rather play Achimpong instead of Malagusto? It's so tough because he's young and Maresca doesn't trust him. We don't know how he's going to perform in the Premier League. Like, it's so much hindsight 2020 shit here.
But this is also why Scott was saying too. Like, you just at some point, like Maresca just, he's just chatting shit because he's like, oh, we know Josh is an important person. We want to start including him in the squad, etc., etc. All right, let's give him a sub then, bro.
Yeah, I don't think it's trouble in the dressing room. I just think today, like, I would have liked to have seen Renato Vega on that bench. I would have liked to have seen KDH, even though I don't rate him, on that bench.
Nani.
I would like to have seen Nani on that bench. I would like to have seen, no, I already said all those names. Yeah, those players on the bench. I think when it comes to making a change in this game, considering we conceded in the late 80th minutes, I think the only change that would have made a difference is probably bringing in another personnel in the midfield. And I don't think Cassidy is the guy that's going to make his presence felt in that midfield at his age. I think he just gets bullied in this league. Let's not forget there's Conference League tax. And people are saying João Felix. I mean, João Felix on the left, do you guys want to see that?
No, there's a way you can make it work. There's 2 ways you can make it work.
Talk to me.
With João Felix. And again, this is going for someone who doesn't rate him. You could either go... Sancho should have come off regardless, for me, for Felix.
Mm-hmm.
But you either go Felix on the left and do the Cucurella overlapping thing, because we still had the 3 centre-backs and that still works. And then you got the 2 10s. It just means Enzo's got to play a little bit deeper, and I'll be real, he was so ineffective in the final third, it really didn't make a difference. Or you go Cole on the right, which at some point we need to try. Because I didn't even think Palmer was that bad this game, but like in the last game, if it's not working for Palmer, just put him on the right. Like, just put him on the right. Then you could have gone Felix in the centre and Neto on the left. Like,
I don't disagree. Yeah. I've been wanting that for so long now because I just want to
there's
see.
ways to make it work, and you could have done that with Nkunku as well. You could have actually done that with both of them. Like, you could have gone like you could have taken. Someone said this. You could have taken Neto and Sancho off, but Palmer on the right, Cucurella in the Nkunku in the middle, Felix on the left, and have Cucurella as the wide guy. So you then have Felix and Nkunku as the 2 10s.
And it's like, I think he says it because, like, oh, the defensive balance, bro. We're chasing the game already, bro. Like, we ended up losing regardless.
And talk about defensive balance. You bring on Nkunku. Like, are you kidding me? This guy looked as gassed as the other guys.
He did.
And he always does.
Yeah, bro, that was a ZH level cameo, by the way.
That was,
He stank. He was horrid. And as I said, part of it isn't his fault because, like, at this point, he really isn't a 10, not in the way we want to play it. Like, in this game, we're hoofing balls in the box. He's never going to win them. If you're going to do that, keep Jackson on. He's not great in the air, but he's better than Nkunku. But part of it is, like, bro, there was one moment he had a touch that bounced off his foot. Then he tries to, like, hold the ball up against 2 guys and just loses it instantly. Like, but I don't know what's happened to his hold-up play and his touch since he's been here or this season, but it's terror. It's gone out the window. And I'll be so real. In January, he can go. I keep talking, like, saying this talk, he might go. He can go. If this is how we're going to use him, then it's better to just sell him, get the money for him, and go and buy a striker. That's going to actually be a backup.
You know what's crazy, too, of what Scott just said? He said this earlier. Remember when Pochettino used to do this? 2 goalkeepers on the bench.
I wonder.
Yeah.
He did it because of the Nani thing, bro.
That's crazy.
I was gonna say, did Nani do something wrong at training? Because I swear I heard.
Probably don't know.
That's
No,
what
no.
I
we
don't know.
but
That's why I
most
wanted
likely what
more.
everybody's
So I don't
saying.
really keep in the loop with that type of stuff. But I heard something like in training, he didn't please the manager or something. So maybe there's a
Yo.
reason behind it. But we definitely need a Nani on.
That could be from
our
last
bench.
time. Remember, he got criticized by Maresca for being quote unquote satisfied too quick. Like, you know, like not putting enough effort,
Yeah.
not tracking back enough. Those were comments 2 weeks ago, even I think, or 3 weeks ago. So it could be that again, but we'll have to find out soon.
I don't care about this stuff. Like, when is it the detriment of our attacking options, and we literally can't switch out the wingers in this case? When it's to the detriment, you can't be doing this. I get it if you've got a full squad. Yeah, have your standards. Not today.
We don't have the depth for it
Yeah.
right now.
Especially with the
He's got to lead an
it's just
example. I don't know
with
what
the
he did.
congestion,
but
bro. It's
he
with
did.
the congestion right now that we're gonna have 3 games in like 1 week coming up.
Yeah. And like I said earlier, we have players that are already falling like flies, and it's like, fuck, dude, this is. I knew December was going to be tough, but damn, man, to lose to Fulham the way we did.
I don't know if
the way
December
we
went
lost,
badly.
bro. It's the
I
way
don't
we
think
lost.
December went
The
badly.
last 10 minutes of the game.
No, it didn't. It's not gonna.
I swear to you,
Well-
swear to you, even if we wouldn't have won the game, I'm telling you, at least having fresh legs that would have actually ran would have made a difference, bro. I'm telling you.
No, I get, yeah, that's 100%. And the problem is he didn't pick those legs to be in the squad. And that's what annoys me. Like there's no reason why Renato Vega, unless he's injured, shouldn't be in that squad, in the bench. There's no reason why, unless he's injured, KDH shouldn't be in that bench. Like, why are we putting 2 goalkeepers there? Like, that to me doesn't make any fucking sense. And we go
Did you get
on
asked
to.
a question like that? Like, why do you have 2 keepers on the bench? when you have, like,
Unless it's what's
That's
her
a-
face?
That would
I forgot.
require.
When
actual
do
journalism.
managers ever get asked that? These journalists are stupid.
Yeah, doesn't
There's
say
that
requires
one
actual
girl
journalism.
that
I know
asked that
what you're
question.
talking about. I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
There's
Unless
only
she's the
one good journalist to
asking,
actually
we
ask
won't
good
get it.
questions.
Yeah, unless she's the one
Soraya,
asking,
I
we're
think.
never going to
Is
get that.
this Soraya?
Soraya, thank you.
Soraya,
Yeah.
yeah.
Unless Soraya asks, we're never going to find out
No.
why he had 2 keepers.
I'm telling you,
on the
she
bench.
better.
Exactly.
If it's in that room, she better ask him again. Why are we? I think it was in the past. What was it in the past? Out of the past 15 subs, we used 3, bro.
I bet you.
Hey, listen, she's got a Twitter account, so you know. Let's get the message across.
People
I'm
were already
telling
in
you
her
right
comments.
now,
Already saw it. She
Outside
herself
of Soraya, I bet you everyone's going to ask about any updates on the B sample.
Yep.
On
The
John
title
Felix
race.
not coming off,
Title race.
and is the title race off now? Like, that's the 3 main questions. No one's gonna ask about what he did tactically, why he chose this. It's
Yep.
stupid. It's stupid. The journalists just want to get like the clickbait titles.
Okay,
so
and this,
it's just
and this
ridiculous.
and this gets into the other point that I had about this game, which is why
Talk
I
to
feel
me.
like a lot of it is on Maresca. Is like, I agree we can talk about the subs and et cetera, but I think the game plan or the way he set up the team was already so poor that the subs could have only like staved off the result of a loss. I don't
think
even know
so?
if they would have wanted us because, bro, he's telling him, okay, he's basically telling Gusto, for whatever reason, right? When we're slightly about to go into attack, maybe in the second phase, coming out of the first phase, bomb forward, and Neto, you stay back a bit just in case. And which is why we saw sometimes when we lost possession in the midfield, who was there to cover the right back position? Neto, not Gusto. And once you start doing that, it's out of whack. And I tell you, you can go to SofaScore, look up Neto's heat map. That is criminal for a winger who doesn't want the ball to feet. He's not the type of winger who wants ball to feet. He wants the ball in behind. He needs to be running after the ball. That's when he's at his best. And you look at Neto's heat map, bro. It's absolutely. It just makes no sense to me, and that's why I feel like that right hand side was dead, brother. It was dead. It was not good, and that's why you notice in the second half, Palmer just started going to the left hand side because it was the only functional side. Because when you have your winger in this system,
he was getting stuff off on that side.
That's what I'm saying. But he went there because he himself noticed this right hand side. We do not have our winger hugging the touchline. Gusto is going forward in that 10, and he's not good at it. So that right hand side was dead. Cole's like, all right, bet. I'm just gonna move to the left hand side and see what I can do here. But that right hand side was absolutely cooked. That's what I'm saying. Like, even if we made subs, if they kept the same game plan with those subs, like that right hand side was still doing nothing.
Yeah, and what? Let me ask you guys this.
Well, that's the thing. If we talk about Gusto in left hand spaces, then we can talk about Gusto in left hand spaces. But Gusto wasn't in any left hand. He was in the right hand side. He was on the right hand side, and that comment was
it needs to be a more general conversation with Gusto this season, just in general, left, right, wherever. He's not been good.
He has been the worst outfield player.
Bro,
this
and
season.
it's so insane because he was so consistent last season. Like, literally, what happened?
Yeah,
arguably.
Like, I just don't understand what happened to him.
Fuck knows.
I can't.
I have no idea.
We was all loving Gusto. There's no like agendas like saying with Gusto. It's just he's a completely
Bro,
different.
look at that
person.
Neto heat map, bro. That's so like the most red is behind the touch, like behind the halfway line. Like, bro, what are we
He
doing?
was just floating there. That's all he was doing. Floating in that
But-
area.
As a
So-
winger who wants the ball in behind, like look at the position he's being forced to take up, bro. Because Gusto's.
But so do you guys?
Bro, I'm
think
looking at
this-
Victor Moses here. What the hell?
I wanted to. Man, got me with Victor Moses shit, bro. What I was gonna ask you guys is, do you think that part of this happening, right, is just because that partnership of Iwobi and Anthony Robinson was just too much for these guys to handle? Which, again, is blasphemy for me to hear because it's Malo Gusto. This guy used to be so reliable defensively. Like, he could put these guys in his pocket. Alex Iwobi, of all players, too. Like, no offense to Alex Iwobi, but, man, you were struggling at Everton.
My thing
I felt like Pedro Neto was having 3 guys on him at that point, including Gusto.
Hey,
Because
yo.
like, yeah, it sounded a bit.
What do you
Just
mean by
because he had to literally do everything on that right side while facing, like you said, Iwobi and Robertson, and Gusto just floating there, just let him do all the work. I don't know what Gusto was trying to do this game. He wasn't trying to invert. He wasn't trying to actually try and link up with Neto that well, for sure. And he's just trying to lose the ball and let Neto like sprint back for it. So I felt like a 3v1.
Yeah.
That's why I felt really bad for Neto today, because Neto had to do a lot. Expect him to actually help attack as well. It's just crazy because he had a job on his hand today.
Yeah,
That's why
for
I
sure.
was also like I was even debating like Sarcasm to come on 17 minutes on right back just to sit back and defend and help Neto out like a bit there. But no, like he didn't. That's why I didn't like Enzo Maresca's substitutions at all today, because I felt like
And
it's Long or Sarcasm.
Yeah, that's what it meant. I mean, it's like what Scott said with the press conference comments. If you rate Achimpong that much, bring him on.
Yep. Couldn't be worse.
I'm not saying starting him though, but he should definitely.
No, but you could have brought him on. Like, he can't be worse.
And this is the thing, Marshall. Like, I feel like they could have handled it if we had Gusto right back, and then whenever it was time to defend, you could ask Neto, okay, then in that moment, go back and help Gusto, like double up.
Damn. Cole Palmer.
Instead of Gusto being the one from midfield to just come in and help Neto defend. Like, what are we doing? That's so
By the
ass
way,
backwards, bro.
On a side note, while you were checking this, I also had SofaScore up and I checked Sancho because when CP mentioned about the dribbles earlier, I thought, I swear he had more. He beat his fullback.
I don't think he beat a single
person.
person.
It's bad. He had 2 dribbles attempted and 1 success.
I told you I checked. I double checked.
Because this
Bro,
is
that's horrid for a guy that's meant to be a guy that is known for beating his man on the dribble. That's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He beat Castagne once and he made the deep run.
How can wait? How
cut it
can
like
how
3
can
times.
Kukurea get
3
6.4 but Gusto
Fuck knows.
6.6? Like, what did the surface
Don't
score
trust these
see?
apps. What are we doing?
I did not. I
Don't
don't.
even
This is why I
look at
keep
the
saying
score,
I never
bro.
trust
Don't even
Spain
look
when
at the
someone shows
score.
me a rating.
Yeah, we know this about these apps. Let's be real.
Yeah,
It's just
SofaScore is
baffling to
horrible.
see.
Don't
Though. That's
even
why I
look
don't
at
like
the.
looking at it.
No, don't even look. Stop looking at it then.
I can't. Like it's there. It's orange. He's yellow and he's orange.
Oh wait, is this
I know,
Chris's thing?
No, this is not my thing. I hate this.
But
Also,
hold
can I
on.
say one thing about
People
Maresca?
show me ratings. I hate it.
Okay, go for it.
Go ahead.
He's shown me he's a coward.
Huh?
Throughout the season, he showed me he's a coward.
At the very least, he's become a coward.
He's a coward. And Surfer said this from game 1. He said, he gives too much respect to. He was saying Man City. He's done the same with Manchester United. He did the same with Arsenal. He did the same today. He does not take those bold risks. He subs on
What
once in a
bold
while in
risks
45
would you have wanted him to take? My question.
He makes us up once in a while in the 45th minute. But besides that, it's like clockwork. 70th minute to 75th minute. Okay, Neto's coming off for Madueke and Kunku's coming on for Jackson. It's like clockwork. There's no ingenuity. There's no thought process. We're getting the same substitutions at the same time every time. He's a coward. He's trying to keep and he keeps on bringing up that point with Joao Felix, like, the tracking back, and like RSM is saying, it's 1-0. Get the second one, it'll be dead. We conceded anyways later on. If we're 1-1, let's score again. Why keep them 1-1? Let's score again. Let's put people on. Let's score again. That's what Liverpool did with 10 man down. I mean, 1-1 down with 10 people.
They were
He's a
losing
coward.
though.
He's a coward.
But that's
He's
the
a
thing.
coward.
But hold on. That's like I think calling him a coward is
No, he
too
is.
much.
He is. He's a
No,
coward.
because I've seen other managers at
disagree.
Chelsea
He's been
do
doing
this.
this all
Who
season.
was,
It's not the first game.
Yeah, but like I've seen managers at Chelsea's history do this. Like I said, Kovacic and Barkley. Like who was the man who kept having those same people?
And
I can't remember
exactly,
which
and
one
we
it
were
was.
flaming sorry for it.
Yeah, but I don't think we was calling him a coward.
Yes, we were. We were saying it's the same shit. He's being
Never
cowardly.
that word on him. Like I just think some managers just have their weird favorite.
And why do you need to? Why do they
really.
need to be subbed on precisely between the 70th and 75th minute every fucking game? Why can't it be the 65th? Why can't it be the 60th?
I mean,
It's like
he has
the
done.
second
Wait.
sentence.
I will say Enzo has done early subs before though, like even 45.
He hasn't done it.
Yes.
For a
It
while.
stopped though.
He's
It
only
stopped.
done it twice. He's only
Okay,
done
I
it
agree.
twice.
No,
He's
it's
only done it
always,
twice.
it's always. This is my thing.
Okay, mainly he does 70 minutes.
It's always 45 or like 75, 70.
No, but it's not even 45 anymore. Like, it was weird. Like, I saw a
He
tweet. I
did
think
it
it
for
was
Spurs. He did it for
from.
Spurs.
Did he do it for Spurs?
He did. Remember, Lavia came off.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
bought
Neto came
Gusto.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. To be
But
fair,
that's
that was
the
the
thing.
first
To
time.
be
That was
fair,
the
though,
first time we've
Lavia-
done that.
He only makes no. I think he did a 45 one as well for Bournemouth. But my point being though, like
But Bournemouth was early in the season. That's my point. It's like
yeah,
The-
what I'm trying to say is that like he only makes those substitutions if he wants to make a tactical change. If there's a change in game plan, he makes the subs. If he wants them to continue the game plan, but the people on the pitch like aren't working, he doesn't make the subs, and that's what pisses me off. Like trust the other people to enact their game plan, or else what's the point of the bench? Literally, what's the point of the bench?
Yeah, it's
Fulham
just weird.
kept the
because,
same
like,
game plan, just brought on fresh legs.
Someone
Both their goals came from the
tweet
bench.
as well.
Both of Fulham's goals came from the bench. Both.
Facts, both subs. But like, it's weird because someone posted a tweet I saw earlier. I can't remember who it was, but they posted like the games he made subs, and he was making subs regularly, like anywhere between the 45th and about 60th minute, regularly making subs. And it's like now the first sub we're seeing is like the 79th minute.
Do you think that's partially because in the beginning of the season he was still trying to figure out his best 11,
Probably.
and now he's
No.
kind of figured it out?
No, because that's what
That's
preseason is for.
Well, I mean, preseason
that's what
was
preseason's for.
5 games.
It is. I agree.
But that's what preseason's for. And also, hang on,
I agree
hang
to
on,
an extent.
Marshall.
He is
Okay,
new to the team.
okay,
He's new to
Marshall. Let's use that excuse, whatever it is. How much of the first 11 has changed since he stopped doing that? How much have we actually changed the first 11?
It's not been much anymore. Yeah,
It's been one player.
I think since
Yeah,
December
Madueke.
it's been set down. It's set in stone.
Yeah, it's Madueke coming out,
Yeah.
and even he
Yeah,
still
yeah.
plays.
He's the only one. Yeah.
Outside of that, it's the same. In terms of the first 11, when everyone's fit, it's the exact same every week. Outside of maybe one of the wingers.
That's
But
what
that's
I mean.
it.
Like now, ever since December, I feel like it's not December, November. Sorry, ever since like November, he's stuck with his starting 11, and really, like you said, the only one that's been in and out of the squad's been Nani. So, is he still needing to make those subs like he used to early onset? Maybe not, because he knows who he's gonna have to play and what the role needs to be.
I mean,
Yeah, but
he's lost
the
his
subs
head
were
between the
happening
two
in
midfielders,
games like
Mhm.
he was making subs early regardless, and it was like for all players, it was every position. I remember there was one game where I think it was
Yeah.
Disassi came on for Gusto or something, or vice versa. I know it was Tosin, I think, came on for Disassi or whatever. And stuff like that. Like the subs were happening all the time. It's not a what's it called? It's not a tactical thing in terms of like him changing. He just changed it for no reason. Like I don't know what game it was, but it's seemingly for no reason. There's no reason why it would change because
Let me.
the games in terms of
he has lost players.
the level of team we're facing is no different, really. Like we maybe got slightly easier games because we were facing City and Arsenal and them, but it's not really changed. It's still a Premier League game, and you're quite clear. Like today, it's not like we're seeing performances from players week in and week out, and then they're not they're performing and whatnot. Like I just don't understand. Like you could have made the subs today. We can say what we want about like, oh, we didn't have our best, like we didn't have some guys on the bench.
What,
We had
what
enough
subs
guys
would you
to
have
make
made,
these
Scott?
subs.
Out of
I'd
curiosity,
have
what subs would you have done?
I would have brought Achimpong on for Gusto, and I'd have brought on Nkunku and
At what minutes?
like 60th.
60 a minute at
the latest.
Okay.
Yeah, I normally would, if I was a manager, I'd normally give a team about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes in that second half to show me that whatever's been spoken about at half time is like you've taken on board. And if that hasn't happened in 10, 15 minutes, I'm making subs. And I'm making, because what's mad is we get 5 subs. You get 3 stoppages, 5 subs. So that means my first substitution that happens, I'm taking 2 guys off minimum because I've got the ability to.
Wait, who's the second guy you took out? Action Pong and who?
I'd have put Action Pong on, I'd have put Nkunku on in the 10, and I'd have put Felix on, even though I don't rate him. Outside of that, you can have a debate because we didn't really have anyone else. But those 3 guys should have been on. In the positions they should play. Not in the fucking striker position, in the positions they should play.
And this is another conversation as well that, like, for me personally, like, we have to start talking about, like, the fact that, like, for me, that second half, we, like, after the Fulham subs came on, we lost control of that game. They were just.
It wasn't even after they. I'll be real. It wasn't even after they came on. The whole.
No. I'm saying like fully lost control. Like after they made the subs, it was over. Like there was not even a semblance of us keeping control of possession, etc., etc. And I was saying like we need to start holding on to possession. If we're gonna lose this game if we keep just immediately turning over the ball. And then that's when I really started getting pissed with Palmer and him trying to do hero ball. That's when he started trying to do the flicks. That's when he started trying to do the passes into space where nobody was. And I was like, at that point, thank you for the goal, but you're not offering what we need in the match. And that's when, as a manager, you have to have the balls to put on Felix and give him the tactical construction. Keep the ball ticking, hold on to the ball. If you have the opportunity to turn your man and run that goal, do it, because I know you can. But what I need right now in this game is control. And that's another conversation where we can talk about how Lavia would have helped, obviously. But that's something that needs to happen. Like if Palmer is trying to do hero ball in a game where we just need control, then I don't know what to tell you. Like you have to yell at him, you have to tell him something, or you have to sub him off.
Yeah, with the Felix thing as well. I'm in the same, like, even outside of the fact I don't really rate him, if this is going to continue, we need to get rid of him and get in someone else that is going to be trusted by Maresca. Like, because it's pointless having guys in the squad like Nkunku, like Felix, like KDH, like whoever that aren't trusted. That's pointless. That's a waste of time because they're literally there to take wages and to fill a seat on the bench. It's a waste of time.
Oh, he was good, Iwobi.
He was immense.
I noticed they got a few big guys, and Iwobi's bigger than I expected. I forgot how big.
Low key, and this is the thing too. By the way, low key, their keeper also had a really good performance. He had like I looked it up because I'm like, bro, I swear, like.
Leno, in my opinion, was their man of the match.
He had, I looked it up. He had like 1.7 XG saved. Bro, he saved an entire goal, like pretty much. Yeah. That's insane. He had a really good match.
I'll be honest. I thought he was decent. I don't think he was in their top 3 players.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. Yeah, like visually on the eye, he was not. But when you look at the stats, bro, he was putting up saves, bro. He was putting up saves.
Because you know most of the shots, right? Cole Palmer was just placing it at him, basically. Or I mean, it's a good save.
There's the big one was the Cucurella one.
The Cucurella?
Oh yeah, that one. He should score that.
Header.
Oh yeah, the
Cucurella diving header. Bro, I'm telling you, look, go back to the extended highlights. I'm saying you, trust me. Go back to because our heads were on Mars, understandably. But when you go back to the extended highlights, bro, that first half we should have had another goal.
Yeah, even remember Sancho? He had a rebound shot or something. I remember. It was Sancho, right?
Yeah, Enzo also had a really good shot that he barely.
Long shot.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
And then Cuckoo at the very end.
He saved some shots, bro. Like
that's why I said
it was understated, but their keeper had a really good game against us.
That's why I said before, like 25 minutes ago, you got to give credit to Marco Silva and how he set up and the players that he got to play for him. Like Iwobi had an immense performance. Like this team is not an easy team. There's a reason why Liverpool drew to them. There's a reason why they beat Fulham. Did they beat Fulham? No. They beat Arsenal, but they didn't beat Arsenal. They drew against Arsenal. So there's a reason why they drew against Arsenal. Like this is a formidable side that I'm not gonna say they're in the top 4 race or whatever, but
I hear that, Marshall, but at the same time,
like, they gave Man City trouble.
If we do our job in that first half, this game is like out of their hands by the end. By half time.
Let me ask you guys something, because I think all of us agree our first half was complete opposite of what happened that second half. Like our first half, we looked like, I don't think any of us thought this was going to happen. I thought the first half we were going to go.
I knew we were going to concede a goal eventually in the second half, which is why I wanted the second.
But you thought we were going to still win.
I wanted us to go 2-0 up, and
like we were going to score another goal at some point. We were going to like dominate this game.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that Maresca got a little too arrogant and said, "Bro, my first half strategy won. I'm just going to keep persisting with it," and Marco Silva just said, "Nah, I'm taking tweaks and I'm taking advantage of this."
I think he got out coached.
Yeah. Anyone else think that our boy
Can't
got
argue
out
against
I
that.
don't know if he got out coached. I just think that, like, to be fair, I don't put too much on Maresca from a what actually happened on the pitch perspective, because I think so much of it came down to just players not performing. Like, I don't think Sancho was horrible. I think Enzo was a liability, especially defensively. Gusto horrible. I think Tosin was okay, but they had chances in the first half that were entirely down to Tosin and his lack of ability to defend. I don't think Cucurella had an amazing game today. Like, this is probably one of Cucurella's worst games I've seen this season. In fact, it might be the worst. But that's because of like the high bar he set himself. So I don't fully put what I saw on the pitch in terms of like on Maresca. I put the lack of change and the lack of like there was no reaction. And when you did react, you reacted in the wrong way. So I don't necessarily think he was out coached. I just think the Fulham players reacted way better to whatever was said at half time and just what was happening in the game than our players. That's why for me I'd say this game was 50-50 in terms of loss. And most of it on Maresca's side is the subs and the like what happened later on in the second half.
No, but for me as well, what's on Maresca is that right hand side. Like I'm telling you, Neto is not naturally gonna be like, yeah, bro, let me do some right back shifts. He's not doing that. Bro.
But again, I think we've seen before that the right winger will drop and almost make it a 5 at times. I think most of what happened on Gusto, because like you saw that first goal, Gusto was doing the same stupid shit. It might be a manager thing because Disassi was doing it last week as well, but Gusto was doing the same thing, just stepping out unnecessarily, just stepping out all the time. Like constantly, and I don't understand why. Maybe it was because he was scared. It's either an instruction or he was scared of Robinson or Iwobi or whatever. But yeah, like I don't necessarily put that on Maresca because we've seen Madueke do that plenty of times in terms of dropping deeper to make it almost a 5. But Gusto today was just awful.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like that's why, like what you said earlier about the tactics and how it was set up, and I can't. That's why I pushed back a little bit on what Curry was saying about him being a coward. I don't think it was cowardice as much as I think for Maresca it was naivety. Like I really think he thought if he just stuck with the same tactic, it would just work. And then the fact that he was stubborn to the point where he was like, no, I'm going to persist with this instead of trying to change it up, see if I can get another goal. We lost control of the midfield completely. Like I think in the second half, I think possession stats were in favor of Fulham.
They were.
I think you gotta do something or tweak the system in some way where you get it back in your favor. And I kind of give him the benefit of the doubt because the easy solution in that scenario is Lavia. If we had a Santos or an Uguchuku, that's another solution. But we don't have those profiles. I don't trust bringing in Cassidy to try to control the midfield. I don't think he's ready for this level and how intense it is. Like, again, Paulinho, Iwobi, whoever else he had in the midfield, Marco Silva.
Paulinho doesn't play for them.
Say that one more time, Scott?
Paulinho doesn't play for them.
He's a Bayern.
Who am I thinking of then?
Lukic was who there in the midfield, and Pereira.
Pereira, sorry. That's
by the way, Lukic, on a side note, Lukic was great today. Again, another one, he bullied Enzo.
And that's what I mean. Like, I don't expect these players to come in and, like Cassidy, to do a job because he's going to get bullied. So, to an extent, Maresca's hands were a little tied. Maybe you change the attacking prowess and the attacking ability in this game by bringing on a João Felix or an Nkunku sooner, but it's, again, you should have picked better staff on your bench. I don't know why you left out KDH. I don't know why you left out Renato Vega. Like, those are players that maybe you bring in Renato Vega in the CDM role, maybe, or add just as another midfielder.
It also helps with that height thing that you were like, listen, if that's Viega in the midfield and not Cucurella, listen, I'm liking 100%. The odds of maybe him winning that aerial.
No, 100%.
Better chance, definitely.
definitely gets a better chance. But it's just like, again, that's where the naivety part comes into it. He doesn't pick him. He thinks he's fine without him. And now we see, like, bro, this is honestly, you know what this feels like? This feels like Newcastle again. Newcastle in the Carabao Cup, where it's like we're losing the game, but we don't have options on the bench that can actually like make a difference or make an impact. And it's like we're doing this again. We're doing this again. Because if you had a Lavia or a KDH on that bench, maybe they make a difference. Maybe they control the midfield a little better. You know?
I mean, we could have Lavia.
I trust KDH more than Cassidy to come into this game and control the midfield a little better. Simply because physically, I think KDH can hold his own. I think Cassidy, I think maybe he gets a little nervous. This is where the experience comes in. So, man, that's the part where I just get frustrated. That's what I mean. I don't think it's cowardice. I just think it's naivety and just, bro, you should have had those players on the bench today.
By the way, I just want to say this, and we can have a discussion on this if you want, but I keep hearing Lavia. I'm done with it. Like, we need to stop hanging our hats on this. It's quite clear what's going on with him. I'm not planning with him in my mind. We need to find another solution.
What do you mean, like another midfielder?
He's not going to be there regularly enough.
Well, we already know that. Like, again, most likely in terms of the DM position, Leslie this season's coming back. Santos next season is 100%.
I don't know if Leslie is, by the way.
Yeah, because I think
he actually did start the game.
He played 86 minutes today or something like that today.
Yeah, but this is the first time he's had a start in like forever.
But that's what I'm saying.
This is the risk you take.
If you're just going to play him regularly, like, do you take that risk? Because at the end of the day, if he comes back here, he's not playing regularly.
Yeah, but right now we're taking a risk with Caicedo, bro, playing him full 90.
No, I understand. But the thing is that if he comes back, he's playing bench appearances. We already know what Maresca does with subs, so we're saying he's playing at most 20 minutes a game. So that's what I'm saying, and that's if he comes on in every game, which he may not do. So I'm all for bringing him back, but there's that risk there. Same with Santos. Like, I think with Santos, it's a win-win whether we bring him back or not this season. Because I'll be so honest, if we bring him back, the first thing I'm doing is putting Caicedo right back and doing that invert three again.
Yep. 100%.
That's the first thing I'm doing. Gusto needs to go away for like, go to Tibet or something. Go and have a exorcism or like have a cleanse. Come back as you were last season. Something needs to happen. But that's the first thing I'm doing.
It's a bad juju on Gusto.
I'm starting him and
somebody put some juice, bro.
Yeah, I'm starting him and Caicedo as the pivot in possession with Enzo being allowed to go forward.
Mm-hmm.
But if he doesn't come back, he doesn't come back, and he continues being the best midfielder in Liga. So it's like,
yeah. But I just don't think Santos comes back. I don't think the club wants to disrupt his loan. Yeah, I don't think they want to disrupt that loan. He's doing really well for himself at Strasbourg. Let him just do his thing, and I get it too. I'm not mad about it. Leslie though, that's up in the air because he did play, like Scott said, 83 minutes. I saw him. I was like, yo, Leslie, my boy, you're out there finally.
The interesting thing with Leslie, by the way, will be because when we saw him used in preseason, he didn't get used in the Caicedo position.
No, he was like a box crash
box to box.
Yeah, where he was further up. So it'll be interesting to see if he
man was scoring goals. Yeah, and again, like, I feel bad for the midfield because I think our midfield didn't do a bad job, but we were just outnumbered multiple times. They were just running through that midfield. I got some midfield stats here, and then I want to talk about Jadon Sancho for sure. And
yeah, I thought our midfield is probably our best, like, part of our team. Like Caicedo, I thought Caicedo.
I can only do so much though.
I don't know. I just viewed it. Maybe I just viewed it differently. I thought Enzo was not like the greatest, but I don't think he's like awful. But I thought Caicedo is definitely our best midfielder today.
I'm glad that we're finally at a point where we can talk about a game where Enzo didn't score or assist and actually not say he was shit. Because I thought he was all right. I think he tried.
Wait,
Enzo Fernandez.
I thought he's trying to put a shift in there.
But I think, again,
I don't know.
like,
Scott sees it a lot different to us.
It's just, for me, For me with Enzo, sorry, Marshall, to interrupt. The thing
Yeah,
with me
go
for
ahead,
Enzo
man.
is I've said this before, and I've had this debate with Jesters before on Lewis's channel.
Yeah.
If he is not doing something in the final third, he is too much of a liability defensively to be worth having in the team. And we saw it today. He did nothing in the final third outside. I think he had one chance that I remember him creating, like kind of key chance. Outside of that, he did nothing, and he was a complete liability defensively. So even if he does good things outside of that, he's such a like a negative on the defensive side that he has to be providing some serious output. Like, not necessarily he has to be getting assists right or goals, but I'm talking about he could be the pass before the pass that gets us a goal.
At a pre-test, yeah, you're saying.
Yeah, like when you're not even doing that in the attack, like he didn't do it today. There's a ceiling on what you can offer this team, because like we saw it, that first goal, it's his man that gets. He doesn't do enough to stop the cross. Even the second goal, I don't blame on him, but that second goal, it's his guy that scores. Because he's not goal side.
I agree with you on that one. But I was gonna say, you said like him doing a pre-assist and stuff like that, but I felt like it's pretty hard for him to do that because one, you had Neto doing Gusto's job today, I felt, because Gusto was just floating, and Sancho was just not on it today, or he's just there, like just not really like moving that well for him. So I don't know if it's just like, I think it's a whole collective as a team, because I don't think Enzo was like unreal or nothing like that, because he didn't really do amazing, but I thought he was like okay still, and I thought like our midfield is probably the only good part about our team really, because
I feel like it was only
I didn't rate Toaston today, and like you said, this is probably Cucurella's worst performance. Gusto was non-existent, and Sanchez had to keep bailing our defense out. I didn't think Cole was awful today. I thought he was like definitely our best.
Cole was good.
Yeah,
Cole was good.
It's just him alone really in that defense really.
Pretty much.
The right side was horrific.
You know what, Scott? Though what you were saying reminded me. You know what the second half performance was so reminiscent of? It was reminiscent, and unfortunately we didn't get away with it this time. It was reminiscent of when Enzo came on and Lavia came off for Manchester United. How it became a basketball match and United just couldn't put away their chances. It literally turned into that in the second half. And this is again where I emphasize, like, in this current formation, how we're playing Caicedo and Enzo, especially when you're down to 10 men because Malagusa is basically not doing fuck all, it becomes that uncontrolled, crazy basketball game. Because let's also not pretend like we ended up attacking them as well. Like, they just put more pressure on us. More of the attacks were coming from they were creating more chances in the second half than us.
They just had sustained possession, bro. They looked more dangerous for longer periods of the second half.
Exactly. In the second half, whenever we did have possession, the link-up play was not there, bro. Whether it was Cole Palmer losing the ball, whether it was Jackson not making the right touch, Jadon Sancho just, again, not being successful at all. Like, so many times in this game, I saw Jadon Sancho get fed, and man didn't eat. Man did not eat. Jadon Sancho was horrible this game. I think this was his worst game. And I thought last game was his worst game. I think today was his worst game. I think he beat Castagna once and nothing came of it.
I think last game he was mid. This game he was just not good.
Nothing came off with this guy. This guy just kept possession, which is great. That's what you want to do, but couldn't get a dribble off, which is why he's supposed to be in the team. Like, the man is supposed to be sensational at dribbling. We literally, some of us Chelsea fans, including myself, made little jabs or little clues that alluded to him being very Hazard-esque and shit. And no, today was not it. Was not it at all. But fuck, man. Jadon Sancho's performance, man. What do we do?
There's
we put
nothing
Nets
to
on
do,
the left?
bro. We have.
We don't have another option on the left.
I was about to say we don't have any on the left.
I
know me and CP are gonna have are gonna have the same thought here. We talked about this before, but like whatever, if the Mudryk outcome has the outcome we all think it's gonna have, which I think it probably will be that outcome.
Probably.
We need another left winger who is a goal threat.
That is insane.
We cannot have Sancho and Neto on the pitch at the same time.
What about Neto on left though? Still, because I think
That's
Neto
fine.
can do.
If you're gonna
Yeah.
have Neto on the left and Madueke starting, that's cool. But I'm saying
Yeah,
you can't.
I don't mind that
It
sometimes.
might be like, unless Palmer's going to become the goal threat, which I think is fine, but then you're relying on just those two to be the creative outlet, which could work. I'm not saying it can't. We need to find a way, because like having Jackson as the only goal threat doesn't work, because he's going to have some games where he had today where he does everything well, he just didn't really get any service and didn't really get any chances outside the one he got, because he can't do it all by himself. And then like Cole again today had the goal. Outside the goal, didn't really get another chance apart from that one where he had the 1-2 with Jackson in the box. He was never scoring that. So outside of those two, neither of those guys really had another chance where they should score or could score. So then we need to have some goal threat from elsewhere. It can't come from Kukurea all the time. That's ludicrous.
Yep.
It either has to come from one of the midfield, which it just isn't, or has to come from a winger. And by the way, George, he's the same type of winger. He's not a goal throw winger. He's the same as like a Neto or Sancho, where like he's gonna create something first or dribble a guy.
Bro,
Like,
look at what I just found.
Well, I know what's going to happen with Madueke. If Madueke is out of the team or something, I would honestly, I don't think it's going to happen. So there's no point really saying that.
Sorry, Chris. This tweet doesn't make any sense, because he literally said they can play together.
He did. He said
And
that.
we've seen them play together, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked.
Against Leicester.
It looks good.
Yeah.
It's a double attacking threat.
I can't take it serious. When they talk, don't make any sense. I would just play Palm on the right, and play Felix or Nkuku in the middle, and then play Neto on the left. If you're not gonna play Madueke and Sancho and Neto on the right and left, it's not working. You gotta do something else, surely.
And that's the thing. Like, people can hate on Nani, but bro, when Nani's not on the pitch, the amount of shots we take goes down dramatically, like drastically. There's no shot volume, bro. Zero shot volume.
You gotta admit, and this is going on to the Nani thing, right, bro? I think when we see players on, like, much like Jackson, right? When we see these lineups consistently being picked out, I think something us as a fan base need to take into consideration is part of it is because of the link-up play and the ability that these players have to create for one another, which makes the system tick. I think Jackson, as long as there's Palmer, there will be Jackson. As long as there's Jackson, there will be Palmer. Because those two have great link-up play. We haven't seen it as of late because maybe defensive setup from the op, or maybe because they've kind of lost their way and they need to get back to that, what was working. Mind you, also, we haven't been able to, I think in recent games, we haven't been allowed to score or have many transition chances in a while, and that was something that was very prominent for Chelsea early onset. We had a lot of transition goals, which was great for Palmer, Neto, Jackson, so on and so forth. Now we don't get those as often. I think Nani falls into that same bracket. I think part of the reason when we wanted Nani bench was that he was playing so much is because when you look up the amount of link-up play that he has with Palmer and the synergy that they have together, it genuinely helps Palmer. It boosts him, and it helps him create chances that we're probably not seeing with Neto and with Sancho. I don't know. What do you guys think? Damn, I'll take silence as, bro, you're spitting. Facts.
I think it's just.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go on. You can go.
No, I think it's just complicated because.
Sure.
We it always happens, right? Like, Nani starts, he gets to run the games, and then we complain that like he's being selfish, that he's shooting too much, that he's not passing enough. And then Neto plays, and we're like, okay, well, where's the goal threat? We need goal scoring wingers. It's just gonna be like a reoccurring issue until, like Scott said, like we find somewhere in the system to get a goal threat other than Jackson. And I don't the link-up play, et cetera, like, I don't know what is going on compared to the beginning of the season. Because technically, we should be playing better, and we're playing, like, our quote-unquote strongest lineup. So, what is going on, what has changed. That's what I'm saying, quote unquote, because everybody can, you know, disagree and stuff like that. But like these are, at least right now, for what we have, a lot of people to consider the strongest lineup. So now, what do we do? And is Nani that solution? I don't know. I just don't think that, like, for example, like Maresca being like, yeah, Nani's just not on the bench for technical reasons, etc., etc. No, I'm not even. That's what I'm saying. Like, we asked for Nani, and then I'm saying he's gonna come on, he's gonna shoot, he's gonna be selfish, and we're gonna complain, and he's not gonna get the goal threat, or he's just gonna miss shots on goal that he should have scored, etc., etc. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that Nani's a solution. Everybody think at this point in time, people are thinking that he's gonna be. I think the solution has to come from Maresca figuring something out within the system, or look at what was working earlier in the season, maybe seeing how we can replicate that. Because even during the Brentford game, I felt very comfortable because it felt like we were in control. We were playing with an urgency. We were playing with threats on goal. I had, you just have a feeling when you look at the team, you're like, okay, we're gonna score. I did not feel that today, really. Like, the goal came from a moment of really, really good individual brilliance from Palmer, but aside from that, like, what did we really produce, like, consistently? It was moments, and I don't know. Like, he needs to figure that out, you know?
These agendas are crazy. I'm actually mad I'm on X because I get tired of seeing these agendas. The Colwell one, this guy's a Colwell hater. For those of you who don't know, I'm just saying, this guy's a Colwell hater. This guy has so many agendas against
like I said, if you're blaming Colwell for either of the goals that were conceded today, you're a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy consistently has awful takes on Twitter, bro.
This man's actually keeping track of Colwell's offside.
No, the amount of times.
I mean, I do agree with the point in general. Not Colwell being at fault, but I think if Badiashile was there, then people are magnifying it. I do agree with that.
100%. By the way, Artisan, you might not know this, but we call it like it is. We call people out on the show. So from time to time, that happens. We've called minerals out. We call people out. So it is what it is. Like, if you got an agenda, we're gonna say it like it is.
Yeah. No, I hear it.
Today, Tosin. Horrible performance from Tosin. I don't think
he was horrible, but I think it was average. Like, I think he was definitely partly at fault for the first goal. And like the thing for Tosin, I thought aerially, great again. Can't fault him aerially again. But I think, like, they had a couple, as I said earlier, they had a couple chances in the first half where, like, one come from Jimenez, he just backs off. He just backs off it, doesn't attempt to even make a challenge, and Jimenez just pulls it wide. And there's a second one where Bassi runs through, he can make a challenge and he just lets him pass. But outside of those two, like, that's why he wasn't terrible, like, he wasn't awful. But it was like a bit, he was like 6 out of 10.
It wasn't a full stinker 90, you know, like.
No. Because Shane was terrible, puts him on par with like Gusto and Sanchez.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't that level. Definitely wasn't that level.
I think it's just the one thing. I think he would have looked decent if he didn't do that mistake where he just let Wilson freely like that, because that's just unexcusable how he did that. For that first goal anyway. I couldn't believe that was onside, because I thought there's no way he's off. Onside. I thought he's offside. I wanted to see the lines for, like, see where he is and how he's free so easily, but. I don't like the game against Everton. I thought Tosin was unreal, and then today he just dropped off a bit for sure. But he's not like the biggest reason why we lost today.
No. I think I meant to say this in the last stream. I don't think I got a chance to do it. I think we can get away with a Tosin against Everton and like against Ipswich and
I'm fine with Ipswich.
You know, who else is lower, like Crystal Palace or something like
Wolves,
that?
maybe the Wolves game we got coming up.
Not in the Forest, I wouldn't be comfortable like games like that.
No, did I say Forest?
No.
Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Like, no, not in Forest or in a title race. Just like
even against Man City, I think he might be fine against Man City at this rate.
No, Nottingham Forest are actually formidable sides. So you gotta respect Nottingham Forest. You gotta respect Bournemouth. You gotta respect Fulham. Like, all those managers, those teams are actually cooking something in their clubs. Like, when you actually deep it and you look at the table, like, I mean, there's a reason they are where they are at the table.
He is our third best choice centre back and able to come on for that, especially at right side. I'd rather Tosin over Disasi in defence anyway. So it is what it is. We got what we got because Fofana's out for how long much more now? Like 2 weeks?
End of January, I think they said.
Or the End of January. I thought it was start of January.
It's getting longer each time.
It was always mid to end of January is what they said.
I thought at the beginning it's only 4 weeks. I swear they said 4 weeks, and then it just added. I'm must be tripping or something.
Yeah,
it's Batty Shield. It's Batty Shield that was early Jan.
Yeah.
He was one that was early Jan.
Another quote from the game today. Enzo Fernandez apparently answering this one, and he gets annoyed. Obviously, Enzo does get mad when we don't win games. We've seen it. People have memed about it. So yeah, understandable. He gets annoyed. I don't understand. Every time I give an interview, they ask me that. I don't understand if Enzo says we are not in the title race. It's because it's like that. We're always training and playing to defend Chelsea and leave it as high as possible. And listen, obviously, yeah, I would get annoyed too. I mean, obviously, I said wait till the end of December to see where we're at with points, but we've dropped more points than I expected to drop by this December run. So I can easily say, like, we're not in the title race. I think in terms of what's happening right now at Chelsea, and I said this earlier at the top of the show, I think this is Liverpool's race to, not even race, this is Liverpool's title to capitulate. Like, we're in the position where if Liverpool decide they don't want the title, then we'll swoop in. But I don't think we're really competing, to be honest. It's like we're going to try to win every game, and if Liverpool decide to drop off, we'll be there.
If anything, we're just trying to fight Arsenal.
It'll land in our laps,
we can
kinda.
finish higher this season, I think.
Yeah, and if Arsenal win tomorrow, they go above us in the table.
Yeah, by 1 point, is it? No?
Yeah, 1 point.
I mean, we had a nice
Just another
little
frustrating
level.
thing.
It's quite annoying because we had like, what, 4 points clear? 5 points clear?
Four.
Before Everton? Yeah. And now it's 1 point behind, potentially, unless Arsenal fuck up tomorrow. But, yeah, like, we're just going to be fine Arsenal.
Who are they up against? Who's
Ipswich,
Arsenal up
no?
against?
Ipswich. They're going to win that.
Yeah, like, unless they just massively mess up, like, that game. But I don't see
I mean, fingers crossed, you know, Saka's injured, so hopefully that collapses them. But
yeah, he is injured, I forgot.
we'll see what happens. But, you know, it's
They
Ipswich.
do rely on
isn't it?
Saka. I can't lie, they do rely on Saka. After that, they got nothing.
Yeah,
So who knows?
we're gonna have to see how that plays out.
We'll see, though. I mean, like,
That's a big one.
they got destroyed by a mid-Newcastle team. So, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Let me see this right now. There's another quote here from Palmer. Let me put this up. Palmer, they're a good in transition team and direct. We got caught up in the game and paid the price. We turned into a game they are better at than us. It is fine. We have another game in a few days. We keep going. And that's the thing. Like, at the end of the day, am I bummed out that we dropped points? Yeah. And that we lost, obviously. Part of it is because of the way we lost the match. Another part of it being that, like, it kind of exposes our defensive frailties again, where, not to say we shouldn't have won that by more. Obviously, everyone wants to win by more. But in games like today, sometimes the attack is just not on it, and you need to rely on a defense to keep the clean sheet. And we win that game 1-0. Obviously, that's not ideal. We don't want to win the game 1-0, but sometimes you have to. Especially if you want to be, you know, in this race for a title. And lastly, it kind of just... I wanted to be wrong. I wanted to be wrong about this team not being ready for a title race. I think this idea that we're ahead of schedule, based on this result, based on previous results this season, I think this team is right on schedule, to be honest with you. If we didn't have that Poch season last season, then maybe we're actually competing, like we were saying before. But because of that season, we kind of have to start from scratch and go and do the top four thing, get this team ready and mentally, like, on it. Like, obviously, after today's match, hopefully the team look at themselves and reflect on it and be like, yeah, you know, Cucurella, maybe I should have ran for that 50. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But it's just like, mentality-wise, like, maybe this is a game where they pick up their heads and learn from it, and against Ipswich, we get the result that we're supposed to get. Because, again, today, like, we had chances, guys. That's the other thing. We had chances. Bernd Leno was just on it, but we weren't as clinical as maybe we should have been.
He's on smoke, bro.
Yeah. I mean, again, with the chances, I go back to the striker conversation because I feel like a lot of people are bringing it up. I'm not entirely blaming this match on Jackson, but I do wish he was. I do wish maybe he had more chances to get at goal. Maybe another profile comes in and changes the way the game goes in terms of, because I feel like we did have some crosses in that game. We did have some corners. We don't take advantage of it. Even, Levi Colwell. He had a corner that was a goal, but it was offside.
There was this one moment, I think, in the first half where Sancho crossed the ball to Neto and he wasn't able to be their back post to just kind of tap it in. There was a moment where I think Neto crossed the ball and Nico sees Cole Palmer running into the middle. He also runs into the middle instead of being back post where it's completely open. Like, it's little things like that.
No, and even that's another good point too. There was another play in the first half where Palmer lays it off to Jackson, and Jackson was probably supposed to take a shot there, but instead he lays it back off to Palmer, and then Palmer has to take the shot. Like those minuscule details, those tiny gaps in lapses in concentration, where like maybe that's the difference between us being 2-0 at halftime instead of just 1-0.
I'm telling you, if we went in 2-0, that Fulham game plan would have looked a lot different.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Like the game would have gone completely different. I don't think Fulham dominate us like they did in that second half. I don't know, but like I said earlier, I think maybe one more game for Jackson before I start tweaking the lineup and saying like, okay, let me try giving in Nkunku 60 minutes. Let me try starting with Jackson, but I'm going to sub on Guiu for 20 minutes, see what he can do, or even more, maybe 30 minutes. Who knows, depending on how the game goes. I don't know, man. It's crazy. I just got to hope that tomorrow Arsenal drop points because I want to be ahead of Arsenal. I don't want Arsenal ahead of us.
Yep.
So we'll see.
I mean, the only thing we can do right now is obviously we're having a bumpy road right now with Everton and Fulham. It's just trying to bounce back from this. I wanted a quick bounce back from Everton and try to get those 3 points, but obviously, you know, we can't always be perfect. This is the first time we went 2 games without a win this season. So, you know, we didn't expect to win the league. Obviously, like you said, I wanted to be wrong, and we won the league somehow this season. But yeah, we already knew what we wanted this season and expected as top 4 race and get there. And there's no excuse for that. But yeah, we can just hopefully we just bounce back against Ipswich, then Crystal Palace, I think, and hopefully go from there. I think we even got City after that, and who knows about that game.
Yeah. Oh my God, City were horrible
Win that
as well.
I mean, we
win it. No excuses. Win it.
Well, considering if City
if Man United can beat him as well,
bolster.
if Man United can catch up and beat him, like going from 1-0 down and 2-1, no, there's no excuse being that team. They're down at 7th now.
No,
we're good enough.
Horrible.
Do not give them any respect. As CP says, don't give them any respect. Like,
bro, they're in 14th, bro. They're 8 points away from relegation.
the only win in that 5 is literally Man City. This is why we can't lose to City. There's no way.
Yeah.
Like United are in a worse position than we were when we had Potter.
This reminds me of the 15-16 Chelsea had. Around December.
I said this before, by the way. I said that the difference between them and us in that season is that they have, in my opinion, a better coach, but they have a worse team, and they have worse financial situation than us. They have no way to offload that many players. There's no salary.
I saw a tweet from Liez. He said, like, you know, this is our Potter season, but we've got no Clear Lake and no Saudi to take 8 players.
Marshall can vouch for me. I've been calling out this parallels between them and us, I think, for weeks now. Marshall can vouch for me. I've literally been saying it for a long time, man.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy. And, dude, Man City's not that far away from there. Their next game...
They're in free fall, bro. They're in free fall.
Actually, they're in free fall. What are United's... United's peak? I ain't gonna lie to you.
I think they have a pool Newcastle. In the Prem.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they could be dead in the... If they get 0 points...
They will actually be in a relegation battle.
They're 2 points above relegation. Yep.
Yeah.
God, why did Amarim take this job, man? I want to feel bad for him, but I can't.
He deserves better.
No, I can't though, because he took the job.
He's at United. He could hold that, bro. That institution can hold
Yeah,
that.
I don't want the best for him, but yeah.
I can't feel bad for him. He took the job. He knew what he was walking into.
If anything, bro, I feel bad for Sporting. That's the only people I feel bad for, bro. They lost their coach. They're also in free fall.
I don't know who City are going to actually beat. I genuinely don't know. They lost to Everton today. They lost to Everton today, and I don't even know if they created a chance in the second half. Bro, I fell asleep in that second half.
Wait, they had an opportunity to win it, bro.
But Haaland, yeah, stay humble.
Yeah.
Haaland missed a penalty, yeah.
Oh, stay humble, eh?
He
Didn't
missed that
score
pen.
a goal, eh?
No, he is. I don't know. The first 4 or 5 games, Haaland was on. He was on top of the world the first 5 games, and then it just fell off a cliff. I think
Well, they were undefeated. They were the last
Bro.
team
He was
to
scoring
get
hat
a defeat.
tricks and stuff. He's scored like 3 hat tricks in a row.
They were undefeated
You know,
for a hot minute.
You know, after the Everton game, I saw Rory Jennings coming out with "I told you so" energy. Shameless. Shameless.
What, after 2
Oh my
seasons
God.
of it in the pit?
He's a dickhead, bro.
He was
Yeah,
waiting.
after a treble, he tried to come out with "I told you so" energy. I can't
Oh
believe it.
no.
Yeah, after he ducked all the smoke from every Chelsea fan saying "We told you so." Because he's
Didn't
like,
he come out with a video saying I was wrong about Maresca, and now this?
Yeah. Yeah, like he
Yeah,
is.
of
bro, but
course,
he,
fuck
wanted,
that
bro, he
guy.
wanted us to keep Gallagher. He wanted us to keep Chilwell, Mount, Havertz. Wanted us to get, bro.
Yeah, you lost me at Chilwell.
Bro, he trash talked
Lost
Palmer
me at
before
Chilwell.
when Palmer came in. Like, man, you can't listen to that clown, bro.
Chilwell made me make that Squidward face, like, ugh. Fucking almost threw up in my mouth. Bro, and that guy's still staying. Oh, man. It is, like I said, we pick it up. Hopefully we do. The rest of the teams around us keep capitulating, hopefully, as well.
Yep.
City under free fall. City might be the third mud brother, I ain't gonna lie. Spurs are there. United might get relegated, which is insane. This
Please,
league,
God,
this
please.
year,
No, they won't get relegated.
No,
Yeah,
but
like
though, oh, that'd be
nah,
hilarious.
like it's all fun. I
it
like
is.
it.
It is.
I
But
think
guys,
they-
remember we had the same conversation. We're like, we're not gonna get relegated, and then
No,
it started
I-
to look actually bad. I was like, oh shit, we actually might get
No, but,
relegated.
but the thing it's the same as when we were there. It's like they're our worst teams.
Yeah.
They are lucky that Southampton is in this.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Like-
yeah.
You
And it
got
looks
Leicester
like
with
Wolves is-
14
Yeah,
points.
and Leicester as well.
Yeah,
Wolves is climbing out the mud. I'm not gonna lie too. That's the thing.
like
Oh, yeah,
you
Wolves
know
are
what?
fine.
United could end up finishing the season like 15th or something, or 14th. So, and that's
so
really bad.
That's really bad for United. That's insanely bad.
So
And like I said,
they have
Newcastle and they have Liverpool. Newcastle with Isak
Hey,
just fucking
just
blamming goals for fun right now.
Isak's on fire right now, yeah.
And their
Isak
defense,
is
bro,
literally
their
on
defense
fire right
cannot
now.
defend set pieces or any type of crosses to save their
And
lives.
Newcastle
Did
jumped
you
to
see
what?
the goal they conceded
I
today?
did see the goal.
Oh my god!
Oh, from the corner. That was
Yes.
Onana back to his worst.
They've conceded 2 Olympicos in like a week, man. I can't
in a
believe it.
season. Bro, I
back
thought
to back. They conceded Olympicos back to back.
Bro,
You
I
can't
thought I
blame
was
on,
lucky to see one in a lifetime with Ziyech. Now I feel blessed because I've seen 2 in this season alone against fucking United of all clubs. Oh,
Maybe-
Nana.
And Bruno, whether you rate him or not, Bruno red card again.
Three
my
times sent
times.
off.
3 this season, yeah.
Yeah, 3 times.
Oh my
That guy's
god.
Technically, people want to argue it's only 2 because one of them got taken back, but bro, it doesn't matter. On the pitch it was 3.
Nah, 3.
It-
3,
it's funny.
and on top of that, you guys at Ineos literally just gave him a brand spanking new contract. Hold that. You're going to have to keep
the
this
pay
player
raise.
for a while.
You know what's crazy is that they, bro, and then I saw United fans are so excited that like they're gonna get Cunha, brother.
You ain't getting no
I don't know
Cunha, bro.
where you thinking that Wolves are gonna let go of Cunha this January, bro.
You have
Like,
to give them good money, really good money. 100 million. They might.
and
They're gonna
they don't have
fleece
that money,
United.
by the way, and they don't have that money.
No.
I saw the dude, the 330 million in debt on players.
Don't let the
They
league
owe, bro.
stadium think Man United don't have money. They have money for players.
They cancelled the Christmas party. They cancelled the Christmas party. Saved 1 week of Mount's wages.
No, hold up. I'm not saying they don't have money. I'm saying FFP wise, bro. They already owe right now on the books 330 million for players that they bought.
They get somewhere. They get it somehow.
Yeah, but
Okay.
no one wants to talk
They're
about
not getting
that.
it from players. I'll tell you that much.
They can try and move Mason Mount for like 10 million.
Bro, they can't sell, bro. They can't.
They can't
Who's
sell,
paying
bro.
them?
Did you?
Can't sell.
I looked it up by
Can't
the way.
sell.
They sold 4 academy players for less than we bought Dewsbury Hall for.
Wait, what?
Brothers suck at selling, bro.
They sold Fernandez, Alvaro. That is. They sold Cambuala. They sold. Who else did they sell? There's two others. There was two others. I can't remember who they offered. They sold four academy players for a total of £28 million or 28 million euros.
Oh man.
Hey, it's like,
Like-
20 million minimum to get one of Chelsea youth academy players.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They can't sell for shit.
Bro, they
Bro.
couldn't sell. They couldn't sell an ice cold water bottle in the desert, bro. Like I don't feel like getting this
What
money.
is
Bro. I'm gonna be
happening
real.
tonight?
These brothers
Chris.
suck at selling.
You know, like every season, the club that's always the gift that keeps giving is Spurs. Nah, this season I got to give it to United.
Oh, yeah.
United is the club, the gift that keeps giving. And
yeah.
bro, like I never do this, but I was watching that United game today, and I thought I was watching a comedy, bro. Like I was just laughing every time they lost the ball, every stupid move they made, and I was just like, bro, this is comedy. This is great. These players suck. It's so bad at United right now. I like Amrin.
Why couldn't we play
Motherfucker
Amrin
was
Ball
so
United?
naive. Amrin, yeah, right. No, we played fucking transition,
Van Nistelrooy.
manager hop, Van
Yeah,
Nistelrooy ball, bro.
Nistelrooy.
Fucking A, bro.
That's what I'm saying. The only, by the way, it's scary prospect, but they're gonna have to come to the decision that maybe the only way to make money, bro, Menu, that's cash cow. By the way, that's 3 players right there.
You know what?
I'm out
RSM,
too.
Bro, they'll get like 30. They'll get like 30 million for him.
RSM, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, but it's 30
Mano's
million,
getting
but
sold, bro.
No, it's
No,
30 million,
if
but
they
because
sell
he's
him,
an
they
academy,
can't go
because he's an
over
academy,
50
it's basically worth twice.
No, they
No, but RSM. Bro, I hear that, but they're going to spend that 30 million on one player.
Bro,
Oh
I
my
think
God, you're
Chris,
right.
I think Manu gets sold because he is struggling in this system. He is struggling in Amarin's
He's one of
system.
the best players. Like,
He
I
was one
think-
of their best players last season in a system
but I
that
think
suited him more.
talent-wise and like
Bro, he
they
doesn't
got
have the
Agate,
legs for midfield. That's
they
the
need to
issue.
sell. They need to sell Ericsson and Casemiro before they even look at Mino.
I think
But
they
who's
sold
gonna
him
pay
too,
for that,
but
though?
for pure profit.
No one
Pure
just-
profit.
Casemiro's like on what 300k a week.
He is
He
so
will
Who's
get
gonna
bad,
pay
bro.
it?
He will get
Oh,
sold.
but
yo,
he's
Marshall,
playing
Marshall,
Arsenal, man.
speaking
He's not
about
worth it.
speaking about the gift that keeps on giving, bro. When we see
Price
Rashford
anything.
to Arsenal, bro, that's gonna be a gift that keep.
No, but you know what's
Rashford,
RSM?
Sterling,
No,
and
no.
Wings, we will be there, bro. Rashford.
But you know what's
Sterling,
nuts with that RSM, by the way? That's a player in Rashford, right? Regardless of how I may feel about him as a player and how we may rate him. If he was at Chelsea and he was performing the same, we'd get 60 million for him.
Oh yeah, easy,
Yep.
easy,
Yeah,
minimum,
easy.
They'd
minimum.
be lucky to get half that.
Yep.
We're getting 60
agree.
plus.
You know who
add-ons,
they need
by
to
the way.
hire? It's Marina, man. She's so
Facts, bro. If they had Marino or Bowley, they're getting 60 million for him.
Yep.
They don't. I have no idea why they.
Bro, and if they and
You
with
guys are
Garnacho,
funny.
Garnacho's another one. If they tried to sell Garnacho, they could get 40 mil. They'll barely get 20.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
I think we
If that,
get 50
bro,
from
if that.
Garnacho. If
But
he's
that's what I
like
mean.
performing how he is, like
I think
It's the
Manu
same- bro,
gets
it's the same
sold
as
pure
Arsenal,
profit,
bro.
bro.
Arsenal sucks, bro. We've sold academy kids for more money than Arsenal. Some big Arsenal players, bro. Like that they sell.
we,
Like,
we sold
clubs
we
just
sold
can't
Kai
flip,
Havertz
bro.
for 65. They
Bro. Nah, the United are in a spliff. I ain't gonna lie. And they probably will sell Manu. I guarantee you
I'm
right
telling
now.
you, they're
I
gonna.
think he goes. He might be their best player, but in this system, it ain't working. He
Oh,
looked horrible. He looked
The thing is,
horrible as a
he'd have
10
to be-
today.
he'd have to
He
be-
looks
he'd have
horrible
to be one of the 10s,
defensively.
but he can't do that well
can't.
enough, and
Nope.
he can't be one of the 8s.
That piss off a lot of United fans. They sold him because they actually.
But I mean,
had-
Ineos is pissing off United fans already. There's no difference. Just keep pissing them off
Yeah,
at this
man.
point.
Wait, Amron's pissing them off.
No,
No, Ineos.
Oh.
No, if anything, Amarin's been putting out a lot
Bro,
of
I'm
fucking
telling you-
Ineos fires.
Bro, I'm telling you, Ineos and Potter, bro, the parallels. If Jim Ratcliffe may get pissed, who knows, man?
Yeah,
he-
this is it's peak. It's
He
peak.
stuck on something, didn't he?
If they're gonna
Yeah, he
keep
did.
playing limbo with the table, how low
Naivety.
can you
Yeah,
go?
that's
It gets
the stadium.
scary.
I'm
for
here.
Cameron, bro.
I'm hearing
I am
rap.
so
Yeah.
glad we didn't get Ratcliffe as our owner.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I
God.
am glad.
Ooh, yeah,
Facts.
we
He
dodged
was
a bullet
interested.
there.
He was interested as well.
He was.
Trying to swoop in, yeah. Oh my.
But he wouldn't have half the issues if he did buy Chelsea. In all fairness, stadium wise, player wise, like how much we can. And then again, they might fuck it up and sell like all our players for like nothing. But I don't know, but like I'm hearing like rat drop-ins or whatever, like rats like in United.
Oh yeah, there's a mice infestation. Yeah.
Alman was taking a speech and they're seeing leaking from their like press conference.
Hey, bro.
Like,
bro, it's a comedy.
If we don't get a new stadium though, we're not too far away from getting to that. That bad.
No, we're better than that.
No, we look after our stadium.
I would hope so.
Oh no,
Stadium
come
is
on,
actually-
Marshall.
No, we might have a tiny
I would hope
stadium.
so.
We have a
Yeah.
tiny stadium, but at least it's well looked after.
It's well taken care
We,
of.
we don't have rodents and leaking roofs.
Yeah, this is
Or
true.
leaky
Fair
toilet.
enough.
Or yeah,
That's
Or
crazy,
uncooked
man.
chicken.
Or leaky roof in the stand.
Oh yeah,
like,
or the raw
against their own
chicken. Yeah, bro,
fans.
come on, yeah.
Like the list goes on how bad that stadium is.
Nah,
I think I
I'm glad
forgot
that
about the
United
chicken, man,
lost, so we
honestly.
can still have this. I'm glad that United could put a little bit of.
Listen, I've said this. One day we'll
happiness
have
in
the
our day.
conversation about Spurs being considered top 6. One day we will.
Yeah, I think we need to revise that because even Spurs today. I mean, listen, they lost to Nottingham Forest, who are up there in the table. They're in the top
Hey,
4
we didn't
race.
lose. We didn't lose.
We didn't lose, but these guys are not. You know, they ain't chicken dinner. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but
Like these
Tottenham
guys
are
are
like,
not.
where are they? Like 11th? They're just bad as Man
Yeah.
United. They're like 1 point ahead of Man United. They're in the Man United.
That's what
like,
I'm saying.
area.
Like, but at least
I'm
Man U
more
win
like
stuff,
I'm
bro. What does
more worried
Spurs
about the
do?
Newcastle and Bournemouth, and
Bro,
that's
I'm
it.
just
I'm
saying
Fulham,
right
maybe.
now, these because we're obviously after the January transfer window ends, we're gonna do our mid-season predictions. Yo, these mid-season predictions are gonna be
Man United
wild.
just think we know where they've been. We don't do anything.
These mid-season predictions are gonna
15th
be
and-
wild.
Wait, we don't do anything between 15th and 8th. Man United's not going to be anywhere in my one.
Yeah, maybe not. We'll see.
It's going to be like Bournemouth and all that. Hey,
Bournemouth's a dead man. Oh man. I mean, anything else that maybe you guys want to talk about? Because as far as I'm aware, I think we touched on everything. There's not like
I mean, we start talking about Man United.
we can still argue about Sanchez if you want.
We need 5 new positions in the
I
summer.
can't believe you tried to defend him.
No, I like it
I
because
still
it's
can't
the
believe
hill he's trying to die on, and it lasted for 40, 50 minutes.
Listen, I respect. He's a man of conviction at the very least.
He's a man
like
of
that.
fraudulence, man.
Convicted fraudulence.
I think we need
Um,
5 new. We need 5 positions, by the way, in the summer.
Man's treating this shit like fucking in
We
the summer.
need a backup striker that's actually a striker. We need a
Yep.
goal scoring left
Okay.
winger. We need
Yep.
another goalkeeper. We need a
Yep.
center back.
Uh-huh.
And we need another midfielder because Blavia is always injured, and we're gonna count in.
No, we got a
Santos.
midfielder. We don't need a midfielder.
Well, we're gonna
No, because
get.
KD
Yeah.
isn't good
Santos.
enough. I'm
We
saying
need
for
Santos
Champions League,
this season.
KD just not good enough. Lavia, I'm counting like Reece James. It's the same shit.
Yeah, we got
right now.
Santos.
We're gonna get Santos. Yeah.
No,
He's
but that's
really-
my KDH replacement.
I mean,
KD
it
just
wouldn't
fucking
hurt to get another midfielder for like 23 minutes.
Cassidy's fucking off too, and Chukwemeka.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
I think
Cassidy's
keep
got some-
Ugochukwu is the 5th guy. I don't think we need a midfielder.
would. It's
Yeah, but
one of my
reports
least.
were getting rid of him in January.
positions, though.
That's the thing. Oh, Leslie, sorry. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, fair.
Did you guys
It's-
think Ugochukwu would be a player that's happy to be on the bench though and come off, kind of like
I think so.
John
At this stage,
O'Neill?
it's great,
I think-
yeah.
Well,
yeah, I
like
think
it's
so.
healthy.
Yeah, bro.
If we're in Champions League football and stuff like that, and he's gonna get like hopefully minutes in, yeah, I don't see why not.
Especially
that
if
all
next
last
season, especially if next season we're at where we want to be. You know, we're we're legitimately, actually challenging. Then yeah, bro.
So we've got an easy game in the Champions League. Yeah, you can have some minutes, and that's maybe 40.
I ain't gonna lie. I am actually really mad that John Duran deal never went through. In hindsight,
Oh, bro, I
obviously.
wanted him so bad. Like,
For 45 minutes, not the worst because he offers something different to a
Like, yeah, he had a bad game today where he got sent off. Obviously, he's suspended. And
That was
shit,
a bit
but
BS, but yeah.
he's Colombian, right?
Yeah, he's
RSM?
Colombian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure he's not Ecuadorian.
Would have made all the sense in the world. Like now we've got,
I
we've got
wish,
Felix,
bro.
who
I wish.
whether you rate Felix or not, like Maresca's allergic to using him. So what's the point?
Yep.
Mhm.
It's like we didn't need Felix. Eh?
Wait, Marshall, what happens if he was Ecuadorian? Do you have anything against Ecuadorians?
No, I would if he was Ecuadorian, I would have been like, damn, Ecuador's really building a team. Not that they're not. They really are building a team.
Ecuador
but they
Ecuador
still
plus
have,
Colombia would have won like 3 World Cups on God.
They still have what? Who? Inner Valencia is still
Inter
here?
Valencia.
No.
Yeah, my
Inter
grandpa, bro.
Valencia.
My grandfather, Inter Valencia. We're gonna wheel him out with
Man
his
talks like
next
Inner Valencia.
season.
What's good, Unc? Like,
I'm telling you, bro. Listen, I love him, but that brother getting up there in age. But we literally have nobody better, so it is what it is.
fair enough. Yeah, that's why I was asking because I was like, wait, because I was talking to my dad about
You get
it
the
earlier.
you get the struggle. Y'all gotta get it. It is what it is. You feel me? Like
Nah, the less we speak about my national team, the better.
Yeah, your national team stinks. I'll be so real.
Like
Bro.
I think Marshall.
You know what I'm
Actually-
celebrating with my national team? Advincula got a fucking SPC card on FIFA, like whatever the fuck, bro. He got a winter card on fucking Advincula. Boca Juniors right back.
By the way, just Peru is so in the mud. Last qualification cycle, they couldn't play a player because the federation refused to pay for his health insurance.
Yeah, it was bad.
Bro, yeah, bro. Both your national
Tapia.
teams are in the bin.
Mine.
Well, no, his is
No,
both my national teams. USA
America.
and fucking Peru.
Oh, yeah, dodgeball.
Okay,
That's
the
why
US
this shit hits
always got
harder because I need
priority.
to win. I need something.
He has no escape. He has no escape.
I know, bro. If we had continued on the season we had last season, plus all the, bro.
It's time to get
Finally
medicated.
Wrap up the channel.
Yeah, I would have gotten
finally
medicated.
sport, innit?
We're doing, Chris. We're doing F1 reviews.
Hey, let's go.
God.
One.
The
That's what we're
season's
doing,
finished
bro.
though, but you know, next season, eh?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, 5. I think is a lot, Curry Pirate, but I think in January we gotta at least make 2 or 1. And I
No, I'm
hate,
saying 5
I
in the
hate
summer,
to
not in
say,
January.
yeah,
In the
no,
summer.
but like I'm thinking in January right now. Like,
Wait, are we saying 5
need-
transfers in January? That's not.
No.
No.
He's saying in the summer. I'm saying for
Ah.
January. I'm thinking 1 or 2.
We get one at best, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna get one
but
of best.
Even right now,
Get one of Nkunku or Felix gone. Get a
I feel like
backup striker.
it's crazy. Like I want to wait. I'm gonna be patient about it, but I feel like it's crazy to say we need another left winger again. That's like 4
No, but-
summers in a row. We're saying we need a
Mudryk
left winger.
guys, bro,
You know,
Mudryk.
but there's a reason. Like, I'll be real. We wouldn't need a left winger if Mudryk didn't decide to take PEDs.
That's
or whatever
fair.
he's taking.
That's fair. You know what? Now that you said that, I forgot about
Bro.
Mudryk. That's fair.
Yeah, like
'Cause
it
now with
wasn't,
Mudryk-
it wasn't the Mudryk trying to dope. Like,
It's
it
so
would be
fucked.
fine.
He's trying to dope against Conference League, yeah.
Bro,
Nah,
he's
that's
open
crazy.
against plumbers, bro. Literally, like Bible
That's what I'm
character.
saying. Yeah, he's doping against like some random nobody.
I just don't my thing is like, bro, he's
Tomas,
innocent. If it's a
Jesus.
performance enhancing drugs and you look at his performance on the pitch and it's shit, then it's not working, bro. Just let him get, like allow it, bro. Like he's shit.
That's what I'm saying. Say he took
Come
compound
on,
V
bro.
to play against
It's like
no
if,
FC.
it's like if the teacher finds out you kid on the test and you
That's crazy.
I said it's a compound.
Yeah, because when I knew that reference straight away, I was like, damn, like he tried some super like enhanced power just to play against no FC. They still scored out top
I'm
one.
saying, bro, like my man wanted to pull up to Astana on some compound V type shit, bro. Like it's not that serious, bro. Their league ended like 5 months ago. They're all out of practice. It's never that serious.
Why the hell did that happen to Mudryk, man?
I mean, I rather it
Hey,
happen.
listen,
to
you're
Mudryk
telling-
than-
telling
I'd
us that.
rather
I
it
mean,
not happen
Why
at
can it
all.
happen to why can it happen to Man United players? Something like why Mudryk?
Oh, okay. That's fine.
I was
Like I was gonna
gonna
say,
another Chelsea player.
if it happened to another Chelsea player, I would hope maybe like Chilwell or something. Someone who's not
I take it
playing.
back. I take it back. Sanchez, man.
No, you know what it is. You know
That's
what it,
facts.
by the way, it was so funny. When we were on stream and it looked like Sanchez was gonna get injured and people were celebrating, bro.
I won't celebrate his injury.
bad.
I'd celebrate as well.
Such a
That's what I'm telling you, bro.
dickhead.
That's what I'm telling you, bro.
Such a
People were
dickhead.
celebrating, bro.
Because I don't
Really don't like Sanchez.
What
No,
happened?
bro. If he did his
What type of
ACL, I'd
injury
celebrate in the
was
street.
What about an ACL? Celebrating that.
You're
All above?
ridiculous, bro. I mean, Jurgensen does need to have a start because, like, I think whatchamacallit, even though I don't think he's entirely at fault for it, even though he is partially at fault for it, I should say, Sanchez for the goal. I think who was it that said it? Someone said on the panel that I think the next game that Sanchez costs us the match or something is when Maresca is going to finally pull the trigger and swap it out.
Somebody brought up an old quote from Maresca from Leicester City where he was like, talking about Hermanson, where he was like, yeah, I asked him to keep being brave and playing into ground.
I put the tweet in the Twitter chat.
I'll pull it up right now.
Yeah.
Give me 2 seconds. I just closed it. I had it.
But this is where people are talking about like Maresca's a coward or whatever, or what's changed with him, because like the standards he apparently had at Leicester or even early in the season at Chelsea, not the same as what we're seeing at the moment.
It's true. This is the quote. Maresca
And it wasn't even about costing the game. Like, read the quote. It wasn't about costing the game.
I said to him, if in the second half you
It was about
play
playing
long,
long.
you go off, and he showed personality. He continued to play it short.
And we have Sanchez playing 14 long balls today.
And missing 12.
Maybe should give him
Connecting with
Bolton
two.
today.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I really would love to be a fly in the wall to just understand.
And he did it against
the last
Spurs as well. He
decision.
was launching the ball on against them too.
Yeah,
I
that
felt
one
like
makes
this
a little
was
bit more sense because of the
more
high line, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, but this one.
The only excuse I'll give him against
Maybe
Spurs is the
maybe
weather
defense.
conditions, maybe.
Mhm.
Mm.
Even
mean
today, like. You mean Everton, right? Oh, I think we lost.
No, it was
that.
raining against Spurs.
Oh. A little bit, yeah. That's why.
Roman
yeah,
Cucurella slipped. It
Cucurella
was raining.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. All right. I think we're gonna call it, ladies and gents. I don't know what else to talk about. We're all disappointed with the result, obviously, but hey, hopefully
We'll
the
talk
boys
about Man
pick up.
United. Cheer ourselves up.
Yeah, we needed something to make us laugh a little bit, so there's United for that. So big up to United for being the banter club this season. We appreciate it. Gives us some laughs and gives us something to take our mind off of Chelsea when we have disappointing performances like today. Yeah, ladies and gents, so that's the show pretty much. I mean, I don't know what else to talk about. Like I said, hopefully the boys pick up their head and we get the win against Ipswich and we start over. Get a run of games and go into Man City strong because Man City is a month away. That means we probably have 3 to 4 fixtures or 5 fixtures to play before we hit that game. And hopefully we get a result there because we'll see. I think staying consistent, eventually Liverpool will drop points. Again, like I said, this is Liverpool's title race to lose. And if y'all, you know, y'all Chelsea fans that watch this really want, you know, Chelsea to win the title, then you got to bank on Liverpool to drop points and us to continue being consistent, which I don't think this will be the last time we speak on a defeat. I think there will be a few more defeats. But, hey, at least we're still in top 4. At least we're still in second place as of right now. Arsenal could bottle it. And I think we'll be still in a top 4 race and comfortably getting into top 4. I think this team will step up. We have returning players coming from injury. Lavia should be, hopefully Lavia's back by next game. Reece James will be back any day now. You got Fofana, who potentially will be back soon as well. We'll see. But yeah, big up everybody. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to raid out to Sarcasm City, Flawless over there. He's doing the fan call-in show. A lot of football that happened today. So probably something there for everyone to discuss. If you haven't done so already, like the video, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and if you already are subscribed, be sure to check out the memberships. There's 4 different tiers starting at 99p. If you do join in at the proper casual tier and higher, you get a shout out. Excuse me. You get a shout out at the end of every show, and that's going to be shout outs to TM127, EE, Hassan Nawaz, Dark, Adrian, A. Soliman, and Scott. So big up to you guys. Appreciate the kind gesture and the support for the channel. And I appreciate every single one of you that are here as well, supporting the channel and engaging with the chat and making this live stream more enjoyable as well, or less enjoyable. Either or. It's great. Big up to you guys. Copy and paste the red message. Let them know where you're coming from. And as always, stay casual. Peace.